Okay, we are back. We are streaming. This is just me making sure that this is working. Yeah. Oh, what day is it? Saturday? Streaming on a Saturday? Has that ever happened before? Who knows? Who cares? Who's keeping track? Jesus, what am I talking about? What day is it? Shut up. Minute, hour, Alright, never mind. Let's not get started off on such an angry note. I'm feeling great. It's Saturday where I am in the west. It's only 1:30, but I'm doing a stream, which means I'm drinking. I'm already 2.5 beers deep on a Saturday at 1:30. That's a little. That's not great. It's not great. I feel great though. I feel amazing. Just wake up at 11, start drinking an hour later. Wow, that's the key to procrastination. That's what we're talking about today is procrastinating. Professional procrastinating. Procrastination is it's sweeping the nation. It's I mean, is it a new thing or has this been going on forever? I've been getting on my Instagram feed a lot of ads targeted towards it's all these like weird alternative drugs, like shit with adaptogens and nootropics, stuff like that. And they're all like, be your best self, stop drinking. First of all, hey, don't condescend to me, advertisement. I don't have to watch you. I don't have to listen to you. But you can tell they're like, I thought everybody was getting these ads, but I talked to some people and apparently they aren't. But like, you'd think that that would be the main targeted advertisement for anybody who's on Instagram is like tired of procrastinating, because that's what you're doing obviously at that exact moment. Like, oh, how did they know? It's like, oh, because I'm on Instagram looking at an ad. That's how deep my procrastination is going right now. I'm actually watching an ad on purpose. That's not good. That's a bad sign. But anyway, we'll get into more of that later. I actually, I won a contest recently. I'm going to talk about this more in another week because I got some prizes from a contest from some sort of alternative drugs company, and when I receive those prizes in the mail, I'm gonna use them and we'll do a show about that. But that's not what the show's about today. That's next time. This is this time, which we're talking about procrastination. What to say about it? I don't know. Is it what's the deal, huh? Is it an affliction? Is it a mental illness? Why does it happen to me every day? I have to be in such a perfectly calibrated mood to do anything except for eat. I will eat every day, no questions asked. I won't cook every day because cooking is work, but I will go eat. I'll go buy food. No problem. I don't have a problem with that at all. I'll never procrastinate that. I sort of do during, sometimes I like to put off eating till the end of the day, just have a big meal at the end of the day. But with work, it's typically like if I'm going to do work, it's got to be as soon as I wake up. It's got to be like I wake up and I had a good dream and I had a good sleep and I'm just like, you know what? Work's not so bad. I'd like to do work right now. But I've been procrastinating for tons of work shit for months. I mean, hey, if you're a fan of this channel, probably noticed there's not a lot of content coming out lately. Not a lot of stuff. Right? There's these call-in shows. Those are easy because I don't have to think about it. You guys do all the work. You just call in and I just talk to you. That's easy. I don't have to I don't have to, and it's live, you know? It's like I don't even have to be beholden to what I say. I can just talk shit for a couple hours and just forget about it. And that's what I do, by the way. I don't remember what I say, which is for the best, you know? It's not like there's some sort of the point of the show is not within my control. It's just, you know, it just happens. It just happens. And I don't have to edit it and be like, well, this is the point. So I'm going to edit this part in. I'm going to cut this part out because it's not the point. It's basically pointless, really, when you get down to it. Like what I'm saying right now, I don't even know what I'm saying. I don't even have a point of what I'm saying. Sometimes I think about what I'm going to say beforehand, and this time I didn't, and I thought I could just wing it, but you guess what? I don't have anything to say. So we're going to get right into the calls today. You can call in now. The number to call in is 518-288-7938. We're talking about procrastinating, things that if you're watching this show, you're procrastinating. There's probably something you should be doing. Probably. Unless you did all your freaking duties already. In which case, I salute you. I want to hear about it. So who's this?
King Cole.
Is this Nat King Cole's a merry old soul?
Dude, I'm going to have to ask you to stop. I'm going to have to ask you to stop making videos about me. All right?
I'm sorry, I didn't realize I did make a video about you.
No, procrastinating.
Oh shit, dude. So what's up? What are you procrastinating right now?
Dude, what am I not procrastinating? What is there not to procrastinate? Well, okay. Well, here's one thing. My shower was completely filthy, like awful, like probably the worst shower you ever seen. Like it had like pink whatever. It was all gray and like brown. Like, dude, fucking horrible. You know what I did? I stopped that procrastination shit. I cleaned my fucking shower, and now it looks squeaky clean.
And how's that feel?
Feels wonderful. Like, you feel like shit when you procrastinate. I know the feeling, like, perfectly, because I do it all the time. And, like, you see something, it's just like a pile of shit, and it's like, fuck, man, I got to do that. And you never do it. But as soon as you just start it, you don't really even think about doing it. You just do it. And then you look after the work, and you just, I don't know, you're happy after you're done doing it.
So if it's so obvious, if you know you're going to be happy after you're done doing it, what's holding you back from just doing it all the time?
That's a very good question. It's very hard to understand why I procrastinate so much, but mainly because, I don't know, there's just a lot more funner things to do. It's just not fun to clean.
Oh,
Cleaning isn't such a fun activity. It's very rewarding in the end, but it's not fun.
What do you do instead?
Either play video games or watch YouTube or eat.
Oh, yeah. Classic.
Yeah.
Classic tools of procrastination. That's what I was thinking, like, is this a new thing because it's like there's just so many things to distract you with? Like, what were they procrastinating with in the 1500s or the 1700s or the 18? What about just before mass media? Did people like read books to procrastinate?
Oh, for sure. I'm sure they did, to procrastinate, to read books, because that's another. It's not as such a big scale as like television or monitors or gaming, but it stimulates the brain reading, at least to an extent, and especially back then, since they didn't have so many like distracting things, like that had to be like one of the biggest things to do back in the day is read.
But I'll procrastinate reading.
Oh yeah, same here. I mean, like reading compared to looking at your phone is like it's an entirely different thing because you actually have to use your brain. You don't have to use your brain looking at your phone.
Yeah, you have to engage.
Yes.
But dude, I was just before this show, I was on the toilet, and I saw a video come up on my feed. And I'm like, oh, I want to watch this video. And then I saw it was like 5 minutes long. I was like, you know what? I'll watch that later. I was procrastinating watching YouTube, dude.
Dude, I watched a 5-minute video, and then I'll watch another 5-minute video and say, oh, I'm going to get off the toilet.
It's time. This is enough toilet time. Do you think we spend more time on the toilet now because we have the phones?
I would say so, yeah.
You ever think about how like fucking gross phones are? Everyone has their phone out on the toilet.
Hey, at least we have good immune systems, I guess.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point.
Better immune systems now.
Well, it's just weird. I mean, like, I couldn't read books to procrastinate because, like you said, like you got to actually think about it. You can't just like let it wash over you like TV or something.
Yeah. I started a book like a while ago. Like I've started a couple books and I just stopped. Like I have a book about historical saints who've seen or envisioned hell. And
Ooh.
that's a really interesting book. It's a small book. Like anybody could read it. But it's just like for some reason something's holding me back and I just don't want to read it. And then I started one of the books before like Lord of the Rings. It was called Children of Hurin, and I read the first chapter and then I just stopped there and I just didn't read it ever again. I have like a pile of books too. I have a pile of them. I don't ever read them.
Me too. I mean, I buy books. I buy books because I'm like thinking like I'm gonna want to read that. But
Yeah.
there's basically almost no time in my day where I'm like, now I want to start reading books.
Yeah.
But I'm just
Yeah,
not
I
a
can
reader.
understand that. I need like for some reason to read a book for me, I need some sort of like perfect setting where everything's quiet. I just feel at ease. Like I don't want any distractions. Like I don't want food or I don't know. I just don't want the distraction at my hand trying to distract me from reading, you know?
And then you start reading, and then it's Betty by time.
Yeah. That'd be great, but I don't do that. I've been told that's really helpful to read a book before going to sleep. Really makes your mind tired. And they can like think about that book when you sleep.
Yeah, that's probably good. All right,
I
well, hey,
don't have any
dude.
REM sleep.
Thanks for calling in, dude.
Yeah, man.
Good hearing from you.
You too, man.
Bye, bye. Oh yeah. We're doing quick calls. Quick calls. It's the new theory of the call-in show is 5-minute calls, 10 at best. You know, I've had this problem in the past where I drink too many beers and then I just start rambling and we have 20-minute calls. No more. Oh shit. What's this?
LL.
Oop. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Man, I'm thinking about procrastinating for a while now. But
Well,
every time I think about it, it feels like you just get distracted by something else, a little bit less
oh dude,
time consuming.
you can't even think about it?
Yeah, it's like you get distracted with something else.
Like what?
And I don't know, just like either a book or audio book or
You audio book?
my audio book. Yeah, I got a long commute in the morning.
Oh,
audio book.
that's cool.
Yeah.
I like listening to people talk. I was in like an Uber on the way to the airport a few weeks ago, and this guy had like this British Uber driver, and he was listening to some radio program about soccer, which I don't even care about. But I just like listening to this British guy complain about his team.
It's fun, like the earlier Joe Rogan podcast. His whole thing was listening to other people be passionate about about what they're talking about.
Nah.
And it's a nice time.
Is that not what the Joe Rogan podcast is now?
I don't know. I haven't listened to it in a while. I think I stopped after COVID became a thing.
Why?
That's a good question. I just didn't have the time for it, I guess, or maybe I don't know.
Did you stop commuting because of COVID stuff?
No. I've only had my job for 2 years. How long was COVID again? 2 years ago. Yeah. So right after
It's been forever.
I got my job, I stopped listening to them. Yeah.
I could, so what do you listen? What audio books are you listening to?
Dude, I love military, like have you ever heard of Annie Jacobson? She's a military researcher. She's done all kinds of researching on special operations.
No.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to think about. She does research on the Pentagon, DARPA, which is the research branch for the defense DoD.
Yeah, I know DARPA from Metal Gear Solid.
Hell yeah. It's them, dude.
Dude, so what is this is like historical accounts of special ops of times past?
Yeah, historical accounts, like her most popular book that I think I found out from the Joe Rogan podcast is that Surprise Kill Vanish book she's got on Audible. And it was all about Vietnam for a bit, and then like she had a lot of interviews with an ex-Green Beret turned special operations guy, special operations activities division guy. And then at the end of the book, she has some really fantastical things she says she got from insiders. Like there's a stalker group. It's called Stalker or something like that. And there's like 5 members. 2 of them are women. And the 2 women, one of them can speak like 13 different languages and is known as a femme fatale.
Nice. Because she's really good looking?
Oh, sorry, I broke up with you there.
What does femme fatale mean? Does that just mean deadly woman?
I'm pretty sure, yeah, something like that.
Okay, so she doesn't have to be like hot.
No, but it's, your imagination always carries you there. So
Yeah.
Why not, right?
All right, so what's give me something. Give me a juicy tidbit that you've heard lately. This is you procrastinating. I mean, you're not really procrastinating in this instance. You're doing extra work on the way to work. You're getting your mind all ready while you'd otherwise just be, looking at traffic.
I feel like it's an evolution of procrastination. So, for instance, like I distract myself with all these things, but at the end of the day, there's a few things that really matter. It's like how to be happy, how to get yourself to where you want to be happy, and fucking taking care of your retirement. And I think I screwed up on 2 out of 3 of those things, or I'm elongating the process to get there through my different hobbies and interests.
If you prioritized your happiness over your retirement?
I would prioritize my happiness over retirement, yeah. I'm a live in the present kind of guy, but I'm trying to live for the future if I can.
Dude, I don't even have a savings account.
Geez, you don't have a savings account, man.
Yeah, dude.
Shoot.
I'm 31 years old. I don't even have a savings account.
Man, I would fix that immediately if you haven't.
But I'll get to it sometime, dude. I'm getting around to it. All right, well, hey, so thanks for calling in, dude. It's good hearing from you.
Yeah, long-term listener. Love your stuff. Have a good one, man.
Thank you, man. Bye. Oh, right into the next. Oh, my computer's freaking out a little bit. Is that working? Hello? 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 Sir? Okay, that was a dud. What about this one?
Call from
Brent.
Brent. Brent?
Yes.
How's it going, Brent?
It's going pretty good. I'm procrastinating on this animation.
Dude, Brent, I was about to say, is this Brent, the Brent that I know?
Yeah. This is the Brent that you know.
Dude, what's up? What's going on, dude?
Long time no talk. We're actually pretty close to the end right now. We're doing the cleanup.
Oh,
and
nice.
so we're just doing line work, and it's miserable. But we're going fast, so we're getting shit done. It's good.
All right, but we're talking about procrastination, and that is,
Yeah,
you're a creative guy,
not,
so that is it essential to the creative process, or are we just lazy pieces of crap? And I don't mean you, I mean we. I'm involved in
yeah,
this.
you and me. Yeah, just you and me. That's it. Only procrastinators.
All of
I
us.
think something I learned with procrastination that was like, oh shit, was every time you procrastinate. So like, let's say I need to go for a run. I don't know, just as an example. And I decide, nah, I'm going to eat potatoes and sit on the couch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've actually just rewarded myself for not running. And so the next time I'm going to try to run, I actually get a dopamine hit of not running now.
Ooh.
And so you start getting more and more rewarded by avoiding the task. And that was like, ooh.
That is
So
a
it's
good
like
point.
a double whammy. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're wiring your brain to be like, if I do run, I'm going to be tired, and I don't get potato chips and sit on the couch. But I could not
Exactly.
run and get greasy potatoes.
So, like,
Well, how do you avoid that?
what's
So
it
it's
called?
just all just in your own personal choice? You just got to choose all the right thing all the time?
I think, yeah, whenever you procrastinate, you're now like, you're not just not doing a good thing, you're also rewarding yourself for doing a bad thing. So you're like procrastinating twice every time you procrastinate, in a way. You're like multiplying it on yourself.
How do you stop yourself from turning up like the whale? Did you see the whale?
I did not see the whale. I saw pictures of the whale. I
Yeah,
saw one
and
where he
that's
had like a blunt and he was crying.
that's good enough. Yeah, like you saw how big the whale was.
He's pretty big.
He didn't always look like that. I'll tell you that from seeing the whale. They don't
Yeah, I saw
show
the
him.
mummy and he looks way better.
Oh yeah, exactly. Dude, yeah, he used to be a fucking Hollywood superstar, and then he turned into the whale overnight. No, it's not overnight though. It's a series of these choices, and so how do you get yourself out of the? It's hard to just have it be like a mental exercise, or be like, ah, yes, I know that it would be bad. Like we already know that it would be better to run than to eat potato chips. So how do we?
Mm-hmm.
How do you actually like make that happen? You just gotta like. Do you beat yourself? What do you do? How do you do
I
it?
did two things. I did two things that have helped me a lot. I'm not all the way there, but I've been making bigger and bigger strides. Was one, I put parental controls on my phone and my computer and gave the password to my friends. So I can't download anything new. I can't access any websites that are like distracting, like Instagram and shit. I'm still on YouTube, so I got to get rid of that one somehow. But it's too useful. That's the ones that like are useful and distracting are the hardest ones.
Oh yeah.
But on the second one is I made things like really, really, really easy to kind of like fall into. Like for example, on the way to my computer, I have these two parallel bars. So if I just put my hands on them and do like a couple dips on the way there, it's like, oh, it's nothing. Like I don't have to like dress up, go to the gym, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
But I think on the flip side of that, having like a ritual, having like a system where you're like, first I do this, then I do this, you kind of just build momentum in your brain, and you start feeling bad if you don't do your next step in your ritual. So I think going to the gym is its own thing, where it's like that could be really good, but I was too far gone to set up that ritual.
I get that though, like, reducing the barriers for doing work. Like if you got it all set up already, then you don't have to be like, it's not as much of a conscious choice to be like, I have to get all this shit set up and then I'm going to do work.
Exactly, yeah.
And I could
Set it
see
up
that
the day
also with the
before.
rituals, like, you could train your brain of being like, because it does feel good it always feels good when you do work.
Yeah.
But
for sure.
only when you accomplish something. Like with working out, that's one thing, because just like you just got to do it, and then you get tired, and that's the down part. But it's like as long as you do it enough to get tired, then you have done it. But like with creative work, you could. I'll say you. I mean me. I could work on something creatively for like 5 hours, and then at the end of it, just be like, and that's all shit. I'm not gonna use any of that. So it's like it's only when I actually complete something or I feel like I'm gaining towards a goal that like I actually do feel good. So
Well,
what
I
do I do?
think
What do I
with,
do, Brent?
What? I'm going to tell you right now.
Okay.
You almost cut me off from telling you. I almost didn't tell you.
Sorry, I'm ready.
Okay. I think that if you make something shit, you have to post it anyways. So like I think you kind of pin yourself where you have to upload and you have to make the thing. So like you spend 5 hours doing something. If you kind of like end it and you're like, man, this sucks, I'm over it, that's really discouraging for the next time you do it. But if you just fucking upload it anyways and just be like, look, here's like my dump corner. I said like every week I said I was going to upload something. This is what I've uploaded. This is the work I made. It might motivate you, one, to actually like do better work because maybe you're getting like stuck on these little twists and you're like obsessing over minor details and stuff like that instead of like actually, like just kind of pushing through and thinking for like, what's the simple good thing I can do? So it might just kind of like your whole life will streamline into a way where you start producing more and more and more, as well as just committing to uploading and not being a perfectionist. Just being like, look, if it's the worst thing I ever made, well, then I should have, studied more before doing this, but I'm uploading it anyways. And then the next time you do it, it's going to be better no matter what.
So you're a big fan of the schedule.
Schedule, yeah. Schedule is so, like, cream of the crop. The best thing ever.
All right, cool, man. Well, thank you for calling in.
Yeah, no problem.
Good to hear from you.
Coming soon-ish.
All right, nice. I'm ready.
I'll send that to you, and maybe you can do some Foley work.
All right, yeah. All right, see you, dude.
See you. Bye.
Brent, working on a TMH animation. Keep your eyes peeled for that. There's TMH animations in the works, people. And it's great because I don't have to do work on them. Other people are doing them.
From
Shane.
Shane?
Yo.
Yo, what's up?
Hello?
Hello?
What's up? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Okay, good. What's up, dude? Hey, you're on the procrastination stream. What's going on?
How's it going? Long time listener? First time calling?
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude,
yeah.
So what about this topic made you want to call in?
Well, I'm a big procrastinator myself. I'm procrastinating like 5 different things today.
Oh, nice.
I say today, but it's been several months.
That's right. It's not a one-day thing. I mean, if you're only procrastinating for one day, you can't even really call yourself a procrastinator.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers.
Yeah. So what are you? What are some of these big things you're putting off?
See, I don't like calling people. Besides this.
Oh yeah.
I don't like doing appointments and stuff. Like I should be scheduling this like dental appointment and then this health appointment and another appointment. It's just like I don't feel like doing any of that.
Yeah.
So I just don't. And now I'm behind.
What's holding you back with those things? Because I get that too. I don't want to call people. I don't want to get on the phone. I don't want to get on the horn with somebody. But with setting up an appointment, those are quick. Those are quick calls.
Yeah, you know what? They should be quick calls. So maybe that's what I'll need to tell myself. Because I think of it and it's just like, oh, they're not going to pick up, and then I'll have to leave a message, and I hate leaving messages more than I hate calling people.
Oh yeah.
So
because then you're waiting for a call back. And they can call you back at any time when you're in the middle of something.
Yeah, on the toilet, of course. That's where I spend most of my time these days. It feels like.
Yeah. What do you do on the toilet? You on your phone on the toilet?
Oh yeah, I can't stop scrolling these days. It's getting rough. I sometimes in order to stop, I have to have something going on. So I'll put on Spotify and then just throw my phone across the room and I just have to can't get my phone anymore. So that works for me.
The last caller was just talking about having to put parental controls on his phone to stop from scrolling.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
it's weird.
That sounds like a good idea.
Do you think we're doomed?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, me too.
as if I was always hesitant about having kids, but like now seeing how the world's going, it's like, oh, my kid, I don't want him like growing up in this like iPad and phone. Give the kids iPad in kindergarten. Like, come on, you can't. It's awful.
That's like, yeah, that was like a thing people were complaining about at one point, but now it seems like that's completely the standard.
Yeah, it's unfortunate how that's the standard.
And I mean, it's like, unless you're going to commit as a parent to not going on your phone all the time, which, as normal people, we are on our phone all the time. So it's like, the kid just wants, like, they're going to see you on the phone and be like, hey, I want that. It's clearly the best thing going around right now, so why would you give me a little taste?
Yeah. And once you get the taste, they'll want more.
Oh, yeah.
But I think that's a good thing where, like, if I were to have a kid, you'd have to, like, stop yourself to be a good role model, so that'll form better habits. So that's a good thing.
Could happen.
But yeah.
Well, so what are you going to do today? I mean, you just going to listen to the Colin show till it's over?
Well, that is, what I'm telling myself is I saw the Colin shows going on, saw it's for procrastinators, and I'm like, you know what? This is something that I'm going to do, and I'm not going to procrastinate it. So already I feel like I'm being pretty productive today.
That's right. You called in. You've listened to the show before, and now you're actually calling in. You're participating.
Yeah. Oh, it feels great.
You're going to use this energy. You're going to, you're already on the phone. You see how easy it is. You're going to call all those people, make all those appointments.
Yeah. You know what? I'll do that. I will do that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah, dude. We did some good today.
Yeah, let's go. Look at us.
All right, hell yeah, dude. Dude, you do that. You do that, dude. You do it right now.
I will do that. No, all right.
All right. Thanks for calling in, bro.
No problem, man. Talk to you later.
All right, bye. Wow. This show has a positive impact on the world.
Call from
Clarence.
Clarence?
Hey, dude, what's up?
Hey, nothing, dude. Just doing the Colin show. What's up with you, bro?
Not much. I just saw. Usually you do them Sundays. We switched to Saturdays, so I was like on the eye out for it.
I know.
Or I had my eye out for it, I guess.
I don't have a regular day anymore. It's just whenever. But I'm trying to do them more frequently.
Cool, yeah, man. You do you. I like the Colin show. I've called in a couple times. I listen to them while I'm working.
Nice. Are you working now?
No, I'm not. I'm not working now. I don't work on weekends. It's against my code.
Oh, good. You're like an old-time human.
Yeah. I don't believe in working on the weekends.
Why?
'Cause it's the weekend, man. You got to take some time to rest.
Oh yeah. So you're resting now? What's your weekend itinerary like?
Not
just
much,
straight chilling?
Yeah, just big chilling, dude. Listening to the Colin show. I got my roommate here. He's laughing at me because he's like, "You're not gonna get on," but here I am.
Dude, hell yeah, dude. It's easy. All you gotta do is call like 1,000 times.
Yeah, dude. All you gotta do is call in, bro.
Yeah. You gotta just wait for a show where nobody's watching, like this one.
Yeah, okay. So what's the topic? Procrastination?
Yeah, we're procrastinating.
I'd say the biggest thing I procrastinate on is school, like college.
Like
I'm like,
assignments?
okay, I got a month to register for classes, and then it's like, it's over. I guess I'm not taking next term.
Damn, is that where you're at right now?
I need to register here pretty soon. I actually don't even know the deadline, but I know it's going on like right now. I've just been procrastinating it, dude.
What's your major?
Undecided, but right now it's architecture.
Oh,
I don't know if I'll do
nice.
that long term.
What do you want to do?
Just be wealthy and spend my days in languor and procrastination.
Dude, hell yeah.
What is it?
What?
Procrastination steals your destiny?
I've never heard that. What is that? Is that Socrates?
That's words of wisdom from my roommate.
Oh, shit. Dude, he sounds pretty freaking heady.
Kinda.
Is he a philosophy guy?
I just barely tuned in. What do you procrastinate on?
All my shit, you know, like cleaning. Cleaning is one of them, you know, like folding my clothes, putting them away. I've basically just got a chair right now that I throw all my clothes over, and then I just flip through all of them and find a shirt that's not smelly, not that smelly. That's one thing. That's just an easy one. But then it's the creative stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Because there's
there's definitely
I don't have a
laundry.
Like I don't have a real job. I have like I have like a smattering of creative odd jobs, and I'll do them occasionally. But it's like nobody's breathing down my neck to make stuff. I gotta motivate myself, and I'm not good at it.
Yeah, I've had speaking of school, I've had a couple. I took a media class, and it was like I noticed I could actually get creative projects done a lot easier if I had someone like, the deadline is next week. I'm like, oh shit, I got to get this done.
Creative stuff, I don't know, I won't speak for you, but I mean for me it's really fun to work on when it's working. Like if there's something that I'm liking, or like I have a clear idea for it, I want to get it done, and it's fun to bring it to completion. Yeah,
I get what you're saying. I got a creative project. It's a bunch of random music up on YouTube, and I got a record made of it. And when the record finally came to my front door, like 6 months later, I was like, wow, it's here. It's real now. It's in the world. It's physical. Mm-hmm. And that was very fulfilling.
Yeah, but what about like just your normal schoolwork, your non-media schoolwork? What's that like? Like essays or readings, or what are you doing?
Well, I haven't taken a class since, was it early this year? I think I did take spring earlier this year. I just took one class. And yeah, it would just be like do a reading and then like write X amount of words on like what you got from it. But yeah, I was procrastinating that shit like crazy. I was like submitting it a couple minutes before it was due.
Yeah.
Some of them I just straight up didn't do.
Think about it. I mean, like, how weird is that going to be when you're done with college, and then there aren't deadlines anymore? I mean, it depends on what your job is going to be, I guess. But I don't know. Just like, how do you do anything if someone's not saying it has to be done by this date?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. You just gotta figure it out, and you just gotta find that motivation and drive, and I guess ambition in yourself.
So you're thinking about the future.
I feel like I've grown pretty content, and it makes me lazy because I'm like, why would I strive for higher, whatever it is, like income, when it's like what I'm doing right now just works fine.
You're already living your best life.
Yeah, somewhat. I think it's more of a mindset thing, but anyway, before I let you go, I got my roommate Maxwell here. You want to talk to him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, here he is.
Yo, Maxwell, what's up, dude?
What's up?
How's it going? What you procrastinating on right now? We're talking about procrastination.
Procrastination, yeah, I've been listening. It's a lot of things.
You got some laundry you need to do, or something more serious than that?
I do have laundry. I'm looking at it right now, and it's to the brim.
Mm-hmm.
Clarence is looking. He's in my room. Anyways, I'm pretty set on assignments and homework, stuff like that. I'm in college, so that's all going smooth. But it's really like more passion and dreams I'm procrastinating on, for sure.
You're procrastinating on what they are, or on acting on them?
On acting them, for sure.
What are your dreams and ambitions, Maxwell?
What are my dreams? I don't know. In high school, I always wanted to be a filmmaker and make films with my friends and be a YouTuber and follow that kind of dream.
Nice.
But that kind of, we made some videos, but kind of fell flat, and I don't know where it went anymore. I'll be honest.
Well, what fell flat about it? You weren't finding your audience? Was that the problem, or is it just you weren't having fun doing it?
I think we had fun, but I think it's just life gets to you and all that kind of cliche stuff. But life got to me, lost the drive, and just procrastination is kind of the name of the game. You know, you be on your phone or doing other tasks, stuff like that.
Dude, I mean, it's hard making a whole damn video. You gotta organize all your friends. You gotta get the camera. You gotta get the costumes, and that's before you even start work.
Yeah, it was easier back in high school because we all went to the same school, or they could just go to school, get off class, and just go home all together as a big group. And then that's how it worked back then, you know. But now everyone's an adult and they got their jobs and stuff like that.
Well, what about being a filmmaker appeals to you? Like, are you a big film guy, or are you a big YouTube guy, or what makes you want to make stuff?
It's kind of ironic. I don't watch a lot of film, but probably more YouTube side because I think things like what it gets down to is like telling a story and like sharing a piece of your world with everyone else in this godforsaken planet. That's what I find pretty fulfilling to do.
Well, that's good. I mean, that sounds like a much more meaningful motivation than just being like, I want to be famous and I want to make money off of advertisements.
No, for sure. I totally agree. I agree. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm going to school for engineering, and it's like kind of just been like dichotomy in my life where it's the engineering is all this mathematical, applied, logical kind of stuff, and then there's the creative side, and it's just kind of been like a thing in my life.
Yeah, I mean, I would say, like, not everyone who is creative needs to, like, apply that to being a YouTuber, you know? Like, you can apply creativity to every aspect of life.
No, for sure.
But also, if you want to make stuff with your friends, I would say just do it in the way that is, like, the least cumbersome possible. Like, don't use restrictions to your advantage. Don't think about, like, ideas where, like, we all have to wear medieval outfits and go to some field 30 minutes away. Just, like, think about stuff that you can do really easily in your apartment or whatever.
I see what you mean. So, like, less restrictions is what you're saying? So making it...
I'm saying use the restrictions that you have to your advantage. Let that narrow down the field of your ideas so that you can do stuff easily and not have to have it be like a whole... We were just talking to a guy, Brent, earlier. He's saying he has like little dip bars built into his desk. So it's like when he sits down to work, he can just start doing a couple of dips for fun. So it's like, it's because it's already there. It's easy to do. So just like making those things easier to do, so you don't have to like have so much planning and all that shit going into it.
Yeah. Well, I guess the last thing I'll say about procrastination, I definitely do feel like I've gotten better over my life, and it feels like it's getting easier with each day. I mean, I just take a day at a time, and biggest thing, just get off your phone, and like you said, take your restrictions and make them work for you, and I really like that. I'll take that to heart with you. Thank you.
All right. Well, hey, Maxwell, it was great talking to you. Great talking to Clarence, too.
Yep, for sure.
All right.
Maxwell, it was great talking to you. All right.
All right. I'll see you guys. Bye. I heard myself. I thought that was Clarence at the end, but that was me in the background. All right. I'm going to take a quick break here. I'm making a soup right now. Avgolemino soup. Chef John's avgolemino soup recipe. So, I might this be like a 5-minute break. I gotta move some chicken. Gotta move some chicken out of a pot. So I'm cooking and calling. So, yeah, pretty freaking good, gotta say. All right, I'll be back in a minute. All the music from the stream is from qarlo with a Q. Q, ignore the K. QARLO, qarlo. This is a guy who's had music featured in a few things that I've worked on. He's gone by Dolt in the past, but this is Qarlo. His Bandcamp is linked in the description of this video, so if you like any of the music that you're hearing on this stream, get in the description, click on his Bandcamp. It's a pay what you want thing for this album. It's got like 55 tracks or something. It's a bunch of like, short, some finished, some unfinished works. Lots of cool stuff in here. So just click on that if you're enjoying this music. It's from Qarlo from Bandcamp. This is the Colin Show, and we're back. We're talking about procrastination today. You can call in now. The number is 518-288-7938. Call in, tell me about procrastination. Do you have any tips or tricks? Or just what you're procrastinating currently? I don't care. I don't care, dude. Soup's going good. I'm boiling. I was not boiling. I was simmering some chicken quarters in chicken broth, making a super broth as the base of this soup. just pulled out the chicken. It's gonna cool there. I'm gonna be shredding that up later. I gotta saute some onions in some oil. Some other things I gotta. It doesn't matter. Later. So we were talking about phones. We've been talking about phones a lot. I think phones are. The risk of sounding like a boomer. Phones are bad. Obviously, I love my phone, and, it's like, if I'm without it, if I didn't know where it was, I'd be a little freaked out, and I'd, start turning up couch cushions, be like, where's that fucker? Because I want to look at my phone right now. But they're probably bad, right? Probably. Oh, I have Do Not Disturb mode on. Okay, there we go. Now you can call 518-288-7938. I was talking with Front Porch about phones at one point, about how, I have dreams at night. We all have dreams. We have them. We just don't always remember them. I feel like part of that, with me at least, is I'll, pop up my phone as soon as I wake up and just immediately erases my dreams. And I think Front Porch is making a point about how phones kind of steal your subconscious away. I don't remember exactly what he said, so I'm going to just move on. Who's this?
Jared.
Jared?
Hey.
How's it going, dude?
Pretty good, man. I didn't think I'd actually make it through.
Dude, you're on. We're talking about procrastination today.
Oh, man, I've been listening. Long-time listener, huge fan. Love your work.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, dude. I even got my last job. My boss, he was a big fan of the headbutt. He loved that video.
Your boss?
This guy was like 60. Oh yeah.
Oh, nice. You show him at work?
Sure. I wore it in one day, and he was curious.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Thank you, dude.
Yeah, man. So procrastination. I got expense reports to fill out from my work trip I just did, right?
Ooh.
And I'm on the back porch in my robe drinking wine out the bottle. Does that sound about right?
That's a good visual, yeah. I like that.
Well, I wasn't trying to do all that, but now you got it. So
yeah.
Yeah, I just came in from Texas, dude. I did a week in Dallas.
You travel a lot for your work?
No, actually, I was a total noob to flying, and Dallas Airport is intimidating.
A noob, like you've never flown?
No, I flew, but it was before the pandemic, and I didn't know what to expect. I always hear things like they change it up, and people make it out to be worse than it was.
Yeah, was it smooth sailing?
Pretty smooth sailing. I had a good time.
So you had to
there, I sat next to two big Texans. That was an experience.
Were they were in between either side, or they were talking to each other? What do you mean?
No, I was window seat. They were next to me. I said, gentlemen, I'm there. And they were too. They were barrel-like. That's how I describe them. And they weren't happy that I got the window seat, But it was cool. He watched Law and Order the whole flight, and I got to, I couldn't hear it, but I was hearing the bum-bum, every time I was doing it.
Dude, I love, when I'm on a plane, I never plug in to those back seat things, but I always watch what everyone else is watching on mute. I've noticed
Law and Order with no volume.
Law and Order's, that's a new one for me. I mean, usually what I've seen on the past several flights that I've been on, a guarantee is that someone's going to be watching the Super Mario Brothers movie, and someone else is going to be watching the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
I don't get into that, man. I lay pretty low. I don't see a lot of new stuff. I don't do the news. I don't do new pop culture. I'm one of those guys. I fight it.
What do you do? What are you watching?
I watch your shit, man. I watch you.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't know. Like the other guy said, it's I try to cut out a lot of bad stuff, but YouTube's the best of both worlds, man. It's all the evils and all the relatively good independent people as well, It's hard to cut that one out.
What's your guilty pleasure, though? Come on. You can't just be watching hip indie shit. I mean media-wise.
Oh, man. I don't know.
I watch those body cam footage videos. It's like
cop stuff?
yeah, it'd be like auditor, lawyer, or like it'll just be like, here's a guy who was walking into a police station trying to get help, but they thought he was a crackhead.
What's it called? Sometimes I watch regular cable just to see what the world's doing, you know, and like see what the commercials are, see how long I can tolerate it before I start to get like, you know, Lovecraft madness going on from how insane it is.
It is maddening for sure.
That's fun though. Sometimes I like to go in there and it's like, I feel gross, you know, it's nasty feeling, but it's fun.
I like watching a TV channel and then trying to determine from the commercials who else is watching that TV channel. So it's like if you watch CNN or MSNBC or something, you know, one of those like a cable news channel, all the commercials are like, are you 100 years old and dying right now? We've got a pill for you.
Oh man, I saw when I was in Texas, I brought my Fire Stick, right? Because I was going to enjoy watching stuff, and I forgot the remote, so I said, fuck it, I'll watch cable the whole time I was there. And insane, dude. Commercials like that. They're like, did you live in Midland in 1955? Do you have cancer? You know, you want to be a part of this lawsuit? And it's just fucking crazy.
There is a lot of that.
I was like, yeah, I did.
So
but that demographic, I'm like, those guys are barely even kicking still, you know? What are they going to do with money?
Yeah, exactly. They should
Riddle
be...
with cancer.
Yeah. Well, so when you were in Dallas then, that was where you're flying to?
Yeah, I spent a week in the middle of Dallas in the Asian Trade District is where my thing was.
Asian trade?
They just like, the whole thing's segmented. I don't know if you could say it's like segregated, but I think when, you know, you get groups move into a place, they like pick a spot and then everyone goes, kind of like Chinatown or something.
Yeah.
They have that, but it's like all the different ethnicities. A lot of Indian people, a lot of Koreans. Really good food. I ate the whole time.
And that's what you're expensing, right?
That was my expense. That was my, yeah. Sorry, the plane. I don't think the plane.
I don't know what's happening right now. You turn to it.
Sorry.
You got all robotic sounding.
Oh, that's not good.
No, you're back. You're back.
Okay,
so
cool.
were you like keeping track of receipts the whole time? You're like, I'm going to get reimbursed for all this shit.
That's my procrastination, man, is like my expense reports. I'm kind of scared to look at the bank. I'm scared to go figure out all the bills because small company I work for, I got to pay the bills and they pay me back. So the credit card probably looks crazy.
So you're thinking like, now you're questioning like what you can expense?
No, I know what I can do. I just don't want to do the work. I just got home. I'd rather, it's nice out. I live in Florida. It's like perfect weather out. I'd rather just drink Aldi wine, sit on the porch.
Dude, how much does the Aldi wine cost?
Dude, it's like $3.98 for a bottle of sweet wine.
That's good.
Maybe that's my guilty pleasure. I know, dude. It's fucking it's gross. It's like Kool-Aid.
That's good. Like when I was in college, we used to drink $2 Chuck. Huh? What?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to run over you there. But I wanted to know this the whole time. I watched your stuff and that the umami creator, like hand in hand. You guys know each other? You guys got to be close, right?
We've worked with each other a couple times in the past. I have a couple voices on videos on his channel. I actually just met him for the first time in September.
I don't know why I enjoy that so much, but I do. That's awesome,
dude. We hung out. It was great. He's a very nice guy. He's great to hang out with. It was weird though. It was like, you know, we were hanging out. We were just having a good time. Walking the streets of Ottawa, Canada. You know Ottawa?
No, that's next year I want to go to Canada. My girlfriend loves it. She wants to go up there during like spring.
Yeah,
supposed
dude,
to be beautiful.
Ottawa. That's the home base of Justin Trudeau. The seat of power in Canada. But anyway, we were just hanging out, me and Umami, and then his wife now, and my friend, and we were all walking the streets, and he freaking pulls out a freaking joint, and freaking just starts smoking the green weed, the dirty herb, in the middle of the street in Canada. And he offers it to me, and I'm like, hey, I'm no square. I'll take a puff.
Yeah.
But
well, you gotta prove yourself.
I know. I had to. I'd be like, I'm an artist. But it was
smoke a jazz with you.
It was scary though, because I really had to pee, and then I was really like getting in my head. I don't know. Weed makes me really like paranoid. Makes me really introspective. But when the only thing I have to think about is like how much I have to pee, I kept bringing it up to them. I was like, guys, I'm gonna explode. My bladder's gonna explode. I was like trying to make a joke out of it, and then eventually they were done hearing about it.
That's a weird thought to go down the rabbit hole on. Huh? It's like how bad you feel.
Yeah, that's
just a human mission, you know. There's really not anybody that can jump on board with that one.
Nobody, and they can't do anything about it. They're not gonna be like hold their hands out and just be like,
yeah, you can't help you.
You can just piss into my hand if you want.
That's a friend.
No, dude. But he's a great guy. You're an umami fan then?
Yeah, I'm a fan of, any of the same caliber of you guys. You guys don't seem to subscribe to too much of an agenda for any reason or other than your own, and I respect that. I like that a lot.
Is that's what you're thinking about when you're watching media? Is like, what is this person after? Like, what are they trying to do?
Unfortunately, yeah. I feel like if you do educate yourself too much on certain things, you like perceive all that nuance, and you kind of, I don't know if it's paranoia or what, but sometimes you see too much. It's the whole ignorance is bliss thing, right?
Well, what is the thing that turns you off the most about someone? If you watch them for the first time, what makes you think like, yeah, I don't like this? I do perceive some sort of thing.
Pandering, probably the same thing everybody else says. It's just doing stupid shit for the sake of money or vanity. That's pretty lame. There's just not really much to it, you know. It's pretty face value, pretty shallow.
I see. So if like you want someone who's making something of their own free will.
Yeah, like passion, right? You know, you guys seem to really, if you're into something, you're into it, you know, and it's like it comes out in the work. I try to do that with stuff I do. I make a little music on the side. I try to only do what I like.
Nice. What sort of music?
We try to do everything, man. I play drums and synth, and my best friend does bass and synth, so we kind of just drum and bass jam and touch on everything.
Dude, so you're like, are you in a band, or you fuck around with your friend?
Yeah. Sub Project 58 is our group. We're just now putting stuff out on, throw that out there. It's like the MK Ultra thing where they did, you remember MK Ultra? You ever learn about any of that?
Vaguely.
Like the CIA program, they did everything from, the Jedi mind stuff to figuring out if acid makes you talk to aliens.
Right.
But that was the mushroom one, their psychedelic mushroom program. And the whole idea is they hire a civilian to go out and buy stuff for them so it's not traceable to the government. Mm-hmm. And the guy went around buying mushrooms and then saying, yeah, I'm doing this for the CIA. So they ended up having to shut it down because he was too loose.
Oh, man.
I thought that was so funny, so we named a little project after that.
Dude, nice. Yeah, I mean, jamming is so much fun.
Dude, it's the most fun I ever had, and I'm being honest. Like, we don't write anything, we just improv, and, they're like some of my best friends, so there's no shame in any of it.
Yeah,
even if we suck, Yeah,
I mean, that would be the worst part of jam. That totally ruins a jam.
You ruin the jams?
No, say that would ruin the jam as if people were like, stop, that's not good enough, dude. We're trying to make something good here.
Some people don't know how to improv. Some people don't know how to jam. They only know how to, play, like a written thing or something, You gotta get loose.
It's just pure fun. It's like, it's just playing around. It's just playtime for people who know how to play music.
Man, right? You make stuff.
I'm not a musician, but I do like I try to make music. But so that's like, I can feel self-conscious in a jam if I'm like jamming with people who actually know how to play music, because I just like bring my kazoo, and people don't don't love the kazoo in the jam. It really overpowers the jam.
It dominates.
I have to do it. It's the only instrument I can play.
Back on the procrastination, can I run one more by you before
please do.
Before I slide on out of here? Mm-hmm. I'm doing my work trip. I'm in Dallas. I'm supposed to be watching these training videos, learning how to use the software. And one of my good buddies calls, and he just wants to shoot the shit. And I did that for like 2-3 hours, dude. And we came up with this whole thing for, I had this idea for a shirt that says, I lie to my doctor. I thought it'd be a funny like dad shirt. Yeah. You know what I mean? Depending on the person, it could speak volumes. And we laughed about that for a while. It turned into the idea of Dr. Fibber. You know, I was Mr. Fibber before I told people I was a doctor, and he like goes into the hospital, pretends to be a doctor, and you know, botches the surgery, walks out. He's like, it was a success. You know, you guys can go in like 20 minutes, and they're zipping the bag up, and he's out of there. Yeah, that's what I did while I was supposed to be working my new job.
That's good.
Dr. Fibber.
Dude,
I've been laughing about that for 2-3 days. How do you rate that?
I like it. I rate it good. Good slash great.
Well, goddamn it, dude. You made my day. I appreciate you letting me on. It took me 50 calls, literally.
Dude, hell yeah. I appreciate you calling in. I'm glad you got through. Good talking to you, man.
You too, brother.
All right, bye-bye.
How's it going, man? Happy Thanksgiving. See ya.
All right. Clearly, I lied about my new strategy of doing 5 to 10 minute calls. You know, sometimes I just get on the horn and I just want to gab for a bit. Who's this?
From.
What? Hello?
Hey, Mr. Minute Hour.
Yo, who's this?
This is Alex.
How's it going, Alex?
I'm doing really well. I'm just going to let you know, a couple of my friends were already on the show today, being Clarence and Maxwell.
Are you?
And so I
are you also rooming with?
Out.
Are you also rooming with those guys?
Practically. I don't actually live here, but lifelong friends with those two. So.
All right, nice.
Just had to hop on the phone.
What would you rate their call? How'd you think?
Ooh, Clarence has been a big fan of yours. I think he brings a lot of energy. I'm going to give him like a 8 out of 10.
Pretty good.
And then Max, because I know he's listening in the other room, I'm going to say a 3 out of 10.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. Sorry, Maxwell. Hold the L.
Dude, not cool. All right, well, how are you going to up them? What do you got to say about procrastination?
Well, I'll let you know. I've been doing this philosophy project on the self, and this is all my own free will, my own doing, and talked to my professor.
Not for school? What do you mean? It's your own free will?
Just wanted to do a philosophy project. Just wanted to read more and write about the idea of the self, what the self is.
Okay.
So I guess just to give you a little insight, I don't think we have free will, and my reasoning behind this is you are controlled by your subconscious. Your subconscious does 95 to 99% of all you're doing for you in your everyday life, and it depends on the source you read, but that is kind of the groundwork that I'm starting on. And so with that, I've been procrastinating this project because just like I keep telling myself, I got to do more research before I keep writing. I got to understand like Carl Jung's ideas, Freud's ideas, and now I just don't write anymore.
Because you're hung up on the research phase?
Yeah, I blame it on the research phase. I use that as an illusion to not do the work.
But you're like in a perfect position. If you're doing a philosophy project on the self, you can do research by doing anything.
Yeah, that is true. It is very open, and that's why I think this is my own damnation, where Sisyphus has to push the stone up the hill. I'm forever tortured on saying I got to read more and not actually write.
You feel like you don't have a good enough understanding of the self from literature?
No, I think I have a good idea, but I want to try to make this project is supposed to be the golden project, the perfect project.
Oh.
I want this to be super concrete, name in the history book idea.
Damn.
And so I'm shooting real high, and because it is such a high goal in my own head, I'm afraid of my own failure. And which is ironic, because I know if you never start the project, you'll never see the project finish, and then it just never exists.
True that. So hey, if you're saying that, so let's talk about this. Free will doesn't exist. You must have a lot to say about this.
Sorry, say that one more time?
You must have a lot to say about this. Free will doesn't exist? You're saying it has to do with, it's because your subconscious controls it's like a choice is made before you consciously choose a choice? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. That is exactly what I'm saying. I think when you get up in the morning, or let's say you're going out for lunch and you're picking out whatever restaurant, I think your brain, your subconscious has already made a choice through the past, like advertisement, and that's what you're executing on. You may not think of the advertisement, but that is the initial insight on why you're going to Wendy's that day.
That's like, do you think that's the full Monty there is based on advertisement or what? It's like your subconscious is affected by so many things.
Not just the advertisement, but just to like try to nail down a baseline of the example.
Okay.
But I think it is affected by the nature and nurture of just everyday life. The people you're surrounded by, what you do activity-wise. I think all these effects are constantly stacked on each other, and you still act on these, but you're just never aware that you're acting on them because of previous experiences.
Well, if I'll indulge this conversation because I find this interesting. If the subconscious, I mean, that sounds like what you'd be saying is that everybody would be completely driven by their impulses, because impulses are subconscious, right?
Yeah.
I mean, my impulse when you said initially that there's no such thing as free will, I was going to hang up on you right there. Just right there. But I decided in my conscious mind that would be rude and I didn't want to do that. But are you saying that's also a predestined thing there, that I decided not to do it?
Yeah, I think that is predestined because you found something that I was introducing to you interesting, and that planted a seed just to continue the conversation to see where it led.
But I made that choice in my conscious mind, or are you saying that it was already in there, like I already wanted to talk about this, so I wouldn't actually do that. But where'd that impulse come from then?
So I think that impulse came. That's actually a good point. I think it originally stimulated from early in this conversation up until the breaking point where you might have hung up on me about the free will. I think there would have been something there that you found probably attracted to, and that is why we're still on the phone currently.
All right. I did want to keep talking to you also. It was but that's what I felt like. It was something I was holding in my mind. It was like, on one hand, I do want to keep talking to you, and I wanted to hear more your perspective on this. On the other hand, it'd be pretty funny if I just hung up on you right as soon as you said that there's no such thing as free will. It'd be like, oh, it's out of my control. Boop, you're gone.
Yeah, and you know what? In my mind, I'd be like, that was going to happen anyway.
Well, then what's the point of anything, dude?
That's a great question. I think there is long-term vision. There's no point. 200 years, anything we really do, wipe the history. No one's going to remember my name on the tombstone. But I think the point of it is what you do in the moment. Whatever your perceivable, tangible world, what you do with that, I think is the meaning.
So that makes sense to me on a grand scale, like I agree with you, like 200 years from now, the minute actions of everyday life are not going to be remembered. What I think changes it is like when people have like kids and stuff, then all of a sudden it's like all of your actions become very important to somebody who is new and entering the world, and then they're going to continue to have actions sort of based on your actions. So like, is there anything there that you see? Like,
yeah, I can see the generational pass down, but my only concern is if I think about my 7th grade ancestor, I couldn't give you their name, their job, and they practically do not exist, unfortunately.
But you don't think that their actions are passed down to their immediate offspring, which then passed down to their immediate offspring, and so on until you?
Yeah, there might be some dilution, and that's kind of where like we get what is the name? The word. It's a word where like traditions. That's what I was looking for. And so I think there is some that you do get like a little bit of a trickle down effect, but I don't think we can truly recognize and appreciate that to the full extent.
But you mentioned as an important thing to the subconscious as being the nature versus nurture thing. Both of those aspects, nature and nurture, come from, at least in some regard, your parents. Your nature is coming from like your DNA or whatever, which is passed down, and your nurture is to some extent passed down from your parents, although obviously, like, you know, there's a lot of things that go into your nurture.
Yeah, but then I guess with that, right, we go back to kind of that deterministic outlook of all these things happening prior to me really being born, have this whole other outcome and effect because of it.
It's a weird. It's weird, dude.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Very trippy.
I want to think that I'm in control, but I mean, when we're talking about procrastination, it sort of is nice to feel like it's not my fault. I didn't.
It's nice to kind of being like, hey, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I do hate that mentality too, because, I mean, even though I do believe my outcome's already faded, I obviously don't live my life blaming destiny. I'm always just like, I'm still in control of like how I perceive things, and I still like make mistakes, and I blame myself, and not being like, oh, it was going to happen, the cup was going to fall and spill, c'est la vie, let's move on. It's always that pressure of something. I don't know.
It does feel like there's some amount of both perspectives that are useful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right, hey, dude, thanks for calling in. Good talking to you, man.
Thank you. It's great talking to you, Mr. Minute Hour, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
You too, dude. Even though it's entirely outside your control, I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, bye-bye. A little bit of philosophy. Can't go too long on that because, I mean, it's probably apparent already that I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Who's this?
From
Thomas.
Thomas?
Hey, man.
Hey, how's it going, dude?
It's going pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm procrastinating right now. All the things I need to do, but I'm pretending that I'm doing something by doing the call-in show. What about you?
Dude, I'm doing the exact same thing right now. So I'm like doing some of my physical therapy stretches when I really should be continuing to edit one of my clients' videos so that I can get to the real meat at hand, which is editing the video, the video. You know what I'm talking
real
about.
Video.
The real
the
video.
creative release.
Yes.
But doing your physical therapy thing, that sounds pretty necessary. That sounds like something you got to do.
It is, but like, you know, I like don't want to do this last bit of client work that I have that I could do today before I'm going to like, my girlfriend is like having this like weird fucking like, her and her like fucking chef friend started this like thing, and they're like having a weird event tonight. So I'm like going.
You got to be more specific. You can't just say they're having a weird fucking thing. What does that mean?
So
is it like the menu?
Well, it's like, so he just, the other chef, like, I guess the two of them now have like a chef partnership, and they like want to like have events. So they're like throwing like the guy really likes to make Nordic food.
Okay.
So they're like, they got like 30 people coming, and like it's like a fine dining Nordic dining experience apparently.
30 people, like,
going.
are people, is it like, are people paying to go?
Yes, other people are paying to go. I did not pay because I'm, boyfriended in.
Nice. But it's like a special restaurant, but just for one night?
No, they like rented a venue.
Oh.
But just for one night. I think it's a distillery. It's just a place where they could get some fucking tables. But you know, and so it's just for one night. It's just like a fine dining. It's like a 5-course meal. I think it's something that I personally don't care at all about. Fine dining, I mean, not my girlfriend, of course. But
that is why I'm going. It's to support her, and so I'm just like trying to kill enough time before that, which is in 2 hours, so that I can like. So I'm like, I might be extending my stretches, procrastinating some extension into my stretches, and calling into the show to sort of kill enough time and be like, oh, well, I can't do that part of my client work today. I'll just do it tomorrow.
That is a great a point to make for procrastinating. Is like, if you ever have any kind of like event scheduled for the day, I just consider that whole day a wash right off the rip.
Yeah, even if it's like 7 p.m.
Yeah, even if I have like 12 waking hours beforehand, it's like I'm gonna be like just thinking about that event the whole time. So it's like I should just probably like take it easy, not do it. I don't want to get too involved in anything, because then how am I gonna focus on the event later?
You know, I mean, I literally, I think you're right. I'm like stressing about socializing with these people because I'm going to be around a bunch of strangers because my girlfriend's going to be in the fucking kitchen. So I'm just going to be there. I'm just there. I'm literally just there as some like moral support. You know, I don't be fucking eating outside of the box.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
It's just like, I'm sure I'll enjoy myself. But at the end of the day, I want to go to bed. Like, but it is just, the thing is, Jake, if I were to like balls up and just do my client work and endure the boredom for another hour or so before actually having to leave, then, you know, I'm 1 hour further on my client work, which means I'm 1 hour closer to getting to edit this goddamn video that I actually want to edit, that I've been editing, and it's great. It's coming along great, man. I like it. But, you know, but at the same time, fuck it. I'll get to it. Like, it's just like, do I bite the boredom and like get the video? Because I'll finish the creative video too eventually, but it might come out 1 hour later.
Well, so when you do, because you do creative work and your actual work is like, you know, it's in the same field,
the same
like your
zone. Correct. Yes, I sit in my seat at my computer and I open the same programs.
All right. So like, is there a difference then when you're working on one versus the other? Like, you know, when I'm working on creative stuff, I gotta get into the zone. I gotta get into the flow state, as they say on the internet, and like that's what makes me feel good. But if you're doing that with paid work, where you don't, you know, you're not really like emotionally invested in it, do you have to get in the same zone, or are you kind of just like going through the motions? You can just click the buttons and not have to feel about it.
It's much more the latter. I can just click the buttons and shit. But that's also kind of the issue with like the creative work. It's like I have a few more things to do for the video that I'm teasing, which is a video with the Minute Hour himself in it.
Oh hell yeah!
And it's like to really sit down and do that. I've been talking to Eric. I'm like, there's like not even like a day left of work on it, but I need like the day. I need to set aside the full day because it's like doing it for 1 hour. It's like I can't, like you said, I can't like get into that state. I have to watch it back like 6 times before I know what's going on.
Yeah.
Whereas for the dumb client shit, it's like it's so run of the mill. I've done hundreds of them at this point that it's just like, all right, now I do this, now I do that, now I move this over here. Okay, click, click, click. Yeah. So in that sense, it's good because I've become incredibly efficient at it. And what I've learned, this is a special tidbit for all my freelancers out there. It's something that I'm just getting hip to now. But I used to charge hourly for my services. Wrong. What you should do is charge a flat rate for your services. That's, you know, whatever. It's fair or whatever. I don't care. But then become more efficient at your job, become better at your job, and get it done faster. And now you're doing less hours for the same price, and boom, saving time. See, when I was doing it hourly, I was losing money by becoming better at my job. It was, you know, stupid.
That is a hard thing, like charging hourly for creative work. I mean, what you're doing, what are you doing? What's your work here?
I'm like editing like self-help ass type videos. You can check out a couple of the channels I've done. It's like Captain Sinbad, Anthony Vicino, James Johnny, like these kind of YouTubers. I don't know how to describe it, but a lot of it's like self-help.
They like send you a bunch of raw footage, or are you filming it also?
No, they send me a bunch of raw footage.
Yeah,
I used to film it.
So I'm
full remote now.
It is still creative work. Like, you have to make a bunch of choices about like what to keep and what to cut.
Correct. Mostly, the cutting isn't really the creative stuff, but it's like graphically, I have to I do have to make a few creative decisions. I can't like completely phone it in. But I like know when to do that stuff. It's like I wouldn't do that stuff right now. I'll do that stuff tomorrow morning. But it's like, yeah, just chopping up the shit. It is pretty like, it's for the most part not too creatively demanding.
Yeah. Like, because it's not your vision that you're trying to achieve.
No, I'm emulating a style, and I'm making it palatable for like a really wide audience. Like these are people who want to like get caught with the algorithm.
Right.
So it's like I can't, my video opens and it's like loud and noisy and fucked up like in the first 2 seconds. Yeah, so it's, the choices are almost like, yeah, you have to make some choices, but they're kind of obvious,
Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. Then you'd be able to like kind of turn your brain off to it. Like, the difference between making your stuff and making this is like, when you're making your stuff, you're totally honed in, trying to get everything just right how you want it. This one's like, I'm just trying to make it how they want it.
Correct. And there's a difference too, where it's like, for this stuff, it's like I was just staring at my computer doing it, and it's like I'm like counting seconds. I'm watching the minutes go by, and I'm bored as fuck. Whereas with my shit, I can look up, and I'm like, damn, it's like 7 hours after than I thought it was. That's crazy, because you're so in the fucking zone that you just,
Yeah, that's the great thing. That's like what
it's my favorite part.
Makes like anybody who's doing work doesn't even have to be creative, but like if you're doing your work and it actually makes time go by faster, that's a huge plus.
Indeed it is. Time, our greatest enemy.
Yeah, we just gotta zip through this life as fast as humanly possible.
That's kind of what we're trying to do by procrastinating, right? It's like getting away from that slow tick by doing something that might move it a little faster, a little less painfully along.
Yeah, just get me closer to bedtime.
Exactly. That is exactly it, actually. It's like, get me to where I can be unconscious again. Or even a little further, to the next morning so I can have a cup of coffee, feel good in those first 2 hours.
When I can remember what it's like to feel awake again.
Yes, exactly.
All right, hey Thomas, thank you for calling, and for everyone out there, yes, I was in Minnesota recently, about less than a month ago, and I made a video with Thomas and No Carrick, and both those are going to be coming out soon.
Real soon, folks. Keep your eyes peeled. Not this week, but today's Saturday. Yeah, this coming week maybe.
Yeah,
watch out.
Soon. Bug Thomas if it doesn't come out by then. He's procrastinating. It's his problem.
But I did it to give you a caller, so it's your fault.
Yeah, it's true. All right, thanks for calling in, dude.
Adios.
Bye. Okay, we're gonna take another break here. I'm gonna take a look at this soup situation, see what's going on there. I might have to start sauteing some onions, so this might be a slightly longer break. But we will be back in a few minutes. Talk about procrastination. Again, all the music from the stream is from Qarlo. Check out his Bandcamp. It's in the description of this video. Okay. Bye.
There's a time for living. The time keeps on flying. Think you're loving, baby, and all you do is cry. Can you feel all those feelings real? Look at your game girl. Look at your game.
this.
Okay, we are back. Nigga, stop. Alright. Got the soup going here. I have a sous chef now. They're gonna take care of the other aspects of the soup that I can't do right now. It's gonna be ready basically as soon as I'm done with the stream. It's gonna be freaking delicious. Avgo Lemino soup. Chef John. Shout out to Chef John. Love that guy. We're talking about procrastination today. You can call in 518-288-7938. 518-288-7938. Did I actually put my... Okay, yeah. Good. Oh. Yeah, whatever you got to say about procrastination, whether you're procrastinating right now or later. You want to put off your procrastination? That's fine too. Who's this?
Pony. Fuck, that voice is loud.
Hello?
Yeah, whenever you guys... Hey, what's up?
Oh, is this Pony?
Yeah.
How's it going, dude?
Dude, it beeps so fucking loud after it asks for your name. It fucking hurt. It hurt me.
Wait, what was so loud?
The Google lady, she goes, please leave your name so we'll connect your call.
Yeah, it's hard. I'm sorry.
My dad, I actually wanted to call because I have some advice, but that just reminded me of my dad's bird that he had a Maltese cockatoo or something, and it would yell so loud, you feel it. I could still feel it if I think about it. You feel it in your fucking skeleton.
It would yell?
No man could yell as loud as this bird. It would like shake the house.
In bird language, or is this a
like a scream? Like I go, ah!
Oh god, they get all like puffed up too, right?
10 times. What?
They get all puffed up too, right?
Yeah, they get pissed off really easy.
Yeah. Dude, what is it in the mind of a bird owner? I don't think I could ever own a bird.
Well, he had them because they outlived their owners. When you have an animal that can live that long, there's a chance it outlives you.
How long do they live? Like 100 years?
Yeah, something crazy.
Ooh.
They were pretty old. I'm not sure how. I think they were like in their 60s or 70s. But if you get it when you're like 30 or whatever, the math doesn't matter. They died horribly.
They die horribly?
Yeah, they could vocalize like they had a heart attack but didn't die right away.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I won't tell my dad to listen to this stream. He can listen to another one.
Yeah, that's harsh. All right, well, okay, so we're talking about procrastination today.
Yeah, so I feel like I actually do have some advice against procrastinating. I'm just trying to remember what it is. I know that I don't procrastinate that much. I like to just get shit done because I think I've met a lot of people who are really perfectionists and it keeps them from doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I think they subconsciously use it as an excuse to like not do stuff. Like, you know, the people who are really like critical, but they never create anything. You know, those people, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah. So we're talking about creative stuff in particular.
Yeah, my advice might not help for anything. Like if you're a politician, my advice to not care about politics at all would be probably not great. Because like that shit will kill your creativity. And I feel like I can speak about creativity a little bit because I've made like 6 games, like 15-minute-hour animations. A couple of them are good.
Yeah, dude, you're always working on stuff.
Yeah, I'm making another movie now that's going to be like more consistent, less fragmented. I actually want you to do a part, but I'll show you the script when it's done.
All right, shit. Yeah, I'm ready.
I'm doing way more pre-production now. So like I felt like I needed to get stuff done to prove myself for a little bit there because like I met a lot of people who just always say like, oh, I'll make my RPG over the course of 6 years. And it becomes like really like, I don't know, seems like self-important when people do that. They're just, I don't know. I've met a lot of developers that like they tweet every single day. They're like, look, I added another room.
Right. Do you know anybody personally who has like worked on a project like that and has finished it?
So the person I work with a lot now is a gentleman named Scarmuse. That's not his real name, but that's his he's on YouTube and Newgrounds and shit.
I feel like I know that name.
Done. Yeah, I've shared some of his stuff because we work together a lot. He is easier to work with than anyone I've ever worked with.
Why is
including
that?
people in real life.
Why?
When we create stuff together. Because we're not perfectionists. We're kind of just, and we can adapt quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And we can, basically just get shit done. Like if something doesn't work, we've learned how to like work within limitations. Instead of lamenting what we don't have, you use what you have.
So when you're working on something, like
I'm not like, oh, I need to pay $1,000 to a graphic designer to make sure I have a good logo for the trailer that's going to be blah, 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 blah. Yeah, like when you're creating, like if you're creating like a movie or something, you don't grow the actor from like the cell, right? You just hire an actor. So like in digital stuff, it should be like that too. Like you don't need to model every single fucking chair. You could just use like stuff that people already made. That's like within the right to use.
That's a very good point.
Or you can pay them. You can pay people to do stuff, but it doesn't have to be like the fucking most elaborate shit ever.
But yeah,
you can
just
even
like
pay people to do the stuff you just don't want to do yourself. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, just you're making a great point. Just like you, if you're making something that's so big like that it requires other people to be working on it, you can't like be demanding of them like perfectionism. You need to just like take what you can get and be able to synthesize it.
Yeah, also like on another point, just like as someone who has commissioned people, like you're still hiring an artist to do stuff. You shouldn't be too perfectionist, impose perfectionism on them either. Like you should let them do your stuff. You shouldn't treat them like your art slave just because you paid them.
Right.
Like you're hiring artists because you want their uniqueness. So like don't shove them into anything.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's like kind of like a really important detail, but you should have had that in the first place. That's on you. So that's why a lot of artists, they have rules about like don't make me redo shit more than 3 times or I'll stop.
Right. So when you're making something, like what is your mindset when you're making something? Are you thinking of it as something that's like I'm working to get this done, or are you like are you having fun with it? Is it fun to make stuff, or is it more fun to just finish stuff?
If the stuff I finish is the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes sometimes you gotta wait for inspiration a bit, but like also you have to do the work when it's time. You can't be lazy. Like sometimes you gotta do stuff you don't necessarily want to do to complete the whole project. And that's like work, and you just gotta do it.
Yeah, so is
Maybe
that like
something like subtitles? I don't know. Like you might not have tons of fun doing subtitles unless you enjoy rewatching your thing. Actually, that's one of the things we were doing for this project I'm working on with my buddy now. So the movie's coming later, but we've been working on this project for a couple of months. It's a series. It's almost done. Well, we're like 2 episodes in, but we've produced a lot of it already.
Mm.
But yeah, you have.
What's your mindset?
You don't have to have fun with it, but we're having fun with it because we're doing it because no one asked us to. We're not getting paid for it or anything. This is just like a cool thing to put into the world.
Right.
And it's like, what else are you going to do? You're going to play fucking Call of Duty. You're going to get fucking 7,000 hours in that, and then no girl's going to want you unless you're like a creep that's like, I get paid to fucking play Call of Duty, dude. I get paid. Yeah, I get paid to play a video game. It's like a childish thing that some people still want. It's like stupid.
A lot of people still want.
Yeah,
I would say. I mean, more now than ever,
like,
for sure.
You want money. You want to get paid to play video games. Fuck you.
Right. I mean, that is like it's like a problem that anybody gets paid to play video games, because it puts that thought in people's minds. It's like, oh, like that could be my life. That's the ideal life. Like I get to play video games and make money. And people are just going to watch me play video games.
A bunch of fucking, like a whole bunch of generations because with that shit. Because everyone wants to be a fucking influencer instead of like shit that matters that society needs.
So when you're making something creatively and you reach a point where what you're working on currently in this moment is not working out how you wanted, what do you do there? Like, are you? I know, like when
skip it.
Say again.
Make it better or find a way to work without it, because sometimes you got to make sacrifices to get shit done. And that includes like inside it and out. Like you can't fucking, you're like, as a creative person, you're going to have to sacrifice something. You're going to have to be a little bit of a shut-in to learn stuff. You're going to have to learn stuff, which is like not always fun, but you have to make yourself do it. You have to make yourself uncomfortable because like, that's like when you learn stuff and have to do the work. Like, so if you can get used to being uncomfortable, you can put yourself in situations you wouldn't normally and have new experiences. There's like something about, you've heard of the term comfort zone.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be in the, you're like, oh, that's something. Like, but you're not supposed to be in the comfort zone. You're supposed to get out of it.
Right. Yeah. Like you're learning things. Learning things is automatically putting you outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, because improving is more important than being perfect. Because, like, no one's perfect at first. You got to suck for a while. You got to flap your wings before you fly.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Pony, thanks for calling in.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later. I'll show you that thing at some point.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pay if you want, but yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm ready. All right. Bye. Yeah, that is, it's someone else.
From
Daniel.
Daniel?
Hello, how's it going?
Hey, good. How are you, dude?
Doing all right. Making soup myself, actually.
What kind of soup you making?
It's like a squash, kind of like spaghetti squash. It's all right.
What else?
Probably not as good as whatever you're cooking up, you know.
Dude, I wish you could smell what cooking up in here right now. It smells delicious.
Oh man, well, I gotta say, massive fan. You're one of my comedic heroes, if I may say.
Thank you, man. Well, hey, we're talking about procrastination today. You're making soup, so that's something. Cooking is better. That's like that's the working man's version of food. Is cooking your own food.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. I am also procrastinating with my homework.
With your what?
My homework.
Oh yeah.
Homework.
Are you
you're in stuff.
College right now?
Yeah, back in college after 6 years.
What brought you back?
Well, the first time I started, maybe 10 years ago and started in fine arts. Switched that around 3 times before I was one class away from finishing a degree in health studies. And this is my procrastination history right now. But I was one class away. I signed up for that class, failed it because I didn't do the homework. Signed up for it again, failed it a second time because I didn't do the homework, failed it a third time. Not even, like I signed up online, it was just COVID. I didn't show up to the, the initial meet. I never even went, and each time I paid. And so I think, I don't know if it's called ADHD. I don't know what it's called, what to diagnose. I've never or anything, but I definitely suffer from the procrastination thing, and school specifically being extraordinarily hard for me. I didn't really have that, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not diagnosed with anything, but I think I could be. But I kind of came to the conclusion that I'm not the problem with it. Like, I'm not the problem. I feel like the schooling has failed me. It feels like.
Yeah.
Dude,
homework sucks. Homework sucks, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if I have to force myself to do something that I so desperately don't want to do, and it's like clearly, I don't know. But anyway, I gave up for a couple of years there. I'm back in. I actually finished that degree in the spring, so I did eventually get it done 4 years later. But now I'm going for something I'm more interested in, but I have to do all the prerequisites to get into that, and that just looks like, mathematics. But yeah.
Why do they do that?
Why do they do that? Yeah. Well,
like if you're like in the fields that you are pursuing, like, is it necessary that you have a prerequisite in math?
Well, conservational biology. I'd like to be a forest ranger. and I have to take calculus for that. But
what?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's like, I don't know. It feels like with school in general, like that's the hardest part of homework is like, I don't care about this. I don't want to learn about this, and now it's like I'll deal with it while I'm at school because that seems necessary. But like while I'm at home, I also have to do this shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like it is not just a little bit. It's like hundreds of hours of my time going to this thing that just like drains my soul. So I'm getting right back into like understanding the reasons why I couldn't get through the schooling system. I couldn't get that associate's degree the first time. I'm just being reminded that again right there in the first semester of prerequisites, and it really feels really far away, you know, where I'm trying to go to. And, you know, here I am again procrastinating. I'm getting it done. I'm doing all right this semester. Right now I have I think it's a 56 in a biology course, but she has all of these projects due on Sunday, and that will give me
tomorrow.
56 to tomorrow, but it's like tomorrow at 11:59, right? So like I got a whole nother day, and I'm working on it right now. It's going good right now. I'm gonna get it done, and that's gonna give me like 100 points, which is gonna boost me up to above a 90. So it's pretty significant.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. Of course, I waited to the last moment again, but
going from 56 to 90, that's big.
Big jump, right? Yeah.
How what would you say is your percentage of completion on these projects that are due tomorrow?
30.
30%?
30%, yeah. 30. I started an hour ago, so not too bad. Yeah.
Dude.
It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna get it done. I do wait to the last minute for everything. I don't know why I do that. I don't know if medication is something that would help me. I've never tried it. Like I said, I've never been diagnosed with anything. You know, I'd be curious.
Do you feel like you like ADD or something?
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to screw up, you know, my brain chemistry just because I'm forcing myself to get through this shitty school. You know, everything about the school system, I have this sort of cognitive dissonance with, where it's like I don't think I'm the problem here. I think I really can see underneath.
Do you have
what they set up.
Do you have like personal projects that are unrelated to any kind of external pressure that you work on, like things in the house or like things just like, you know, are there things in your life that you elect to do by yourself that you finish?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm a creative big time. I do a lot of music. That's becoming my job right now as I go on. And then like housework and stuff, that was a huge problem for me before. But then I took a breather on it. I took a year to just sort of focus on like, okay, I can't do like the basic functions of, you know, doing your laundry or doing your dishes and cleaning up your space. But I focused on it really hard of like a sort of a perspective of like, well, what is the problem? And the problem for me was like finding these solutions that were easier than, like, for example, the dishwashers. One of my solutions for that was to just own one dish of each, like, you know, one bowl, one plate, one fork, one spoon, just so you didn't have a sink full of dishes. That was a solution that worked for me. But then a better solution to that was like, okay, getting a dishwasher is like, and learning how to use a dishwasher. And then I have no problems anymore with doing like the basic function stuff. And I just had to find that solution, and I had to give myself the time to find those solutions. But yeah, at the start of adulthood, that was really hard. I guess maybe that's the question.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like, you know, it makes sense though. Like if you're finding solutions for how to make these things work, that is obviously a better outcome than just, you know, having your sink full of dirty dishes.
Right. Yeah, and I think something about, you know, seeing the work in front of you that just looks, you know, insurmountable is part of the thing that prevents procrastinators. You know, like just I haven't really looked into it. I don't really know too much about it. I'm kind of afraid to look into it, but I feel like looking at a bunch of work freaks me the fuck out to where I don't want to do it. Yeah. Are you also, would you also label yourself as procrastinator? Or?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, and you're right, and like, if what you're looking at, like, as that pile of work grows and grows, like, you're putting it off longer and longer, but you're also making the amount of work you have to do at a later date way longer. That is a huge problem. I remember there was an Onion article with the headline that was something like man starts to clean and knows he needs to take this desire as long as it will possibly take him. Something to the extent of just like, I get that sometimes, where like I finally, after weeks, be like, I have to clean, and it's like I have to do this for as long as I possibly can because I don't know when this desire will come across again.
Right, yeah. And life just doesn't, that's not set up like that. Like, I feel like whoever has the money, who's ever set up the structure, they don't work like that. So if you do, you're just kind of an outlier too. You just are kind of forced to suffer through it or take the medication that will get you through it.
Right, but you can't like wait until the moment strikes you with a lot of these sorts of things. Like you have to choose the pain. You have to be like, I don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it because if I don't, it's just going to be more painful later.
Yeah. Yeah, but then like being a creative, like you are, like a lot of creativity is just the moment striking, you know, and
yeah, definitely.
The idea to just drop everything and work on what's the most important thing, which is your creative pursuit, that doesn't really function in these
I use that as a rationalization every day. It's just like, well, I just don't feel like it. So it's like I'm not going to do my best work because I don't feel like it right now. So I should just wait until I feel like it. But there's got to be some sort. It's got to give. There's got to be a compromise there.
Yeah. Has it been all right for you so far? Have you found solutions or strategies? Or?
I go in and out of it, like, you know. Sometimes it's harder with like big projects where it's like I can't finish them the day or two after I'm thinking of them. That's why I like doing audio for the Minute Hour generally, is because I can think of like a short idea and I can think of it and record it and edit it all within a couple days, and then it's done. When I try to think of like a whole album type thing, which is like something I'm working on now, is like trying to finish an album, a story type album. It's like it's hard. It's hard to keep working on it. I can keep chipping away at it, but it's like I'm not done, and so I'm very aware of like how much more work is left to be done.
Well, if I may say that the story type albums, those are just some of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life. Like that really got me into you. Me and my friend absolutely adore the oh gosh, I can't remember their names, but the first three, I think, the ones with the floating head that's frozen.
Oh yeah, Trials.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it's so good, dude. I fucking love that. I haven't heard any sort of comedy like that. That was very unique to me. And oh my gosh, I really thought you were, I do think you are one of the great comedic minds of our generation.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Thank you. And I'm going to keep working on that shit. And I got to finish that shit because I want to keep doing good stuff. You know, it's
no pressure.
Yeah, no, I know. But thank you for calling in, dude. I appreciate you talking to me. All right.
Thank you. Hey, could I real quick, could I get you to say shout out to Q, one of my friends? He really loves you too.
Yo, Q, shout out. You're the best, bro. You know this guy and you're the best and I love you. I love you. Seriously, dude.
All right. Thank you, man.
All right. Have a good one, dude. Bye.
You too. Take care.
Oh. Next.
from?
David. This is
David?
Yes.
Oh, David, what's up?
Hey, not much. Just hanging out, procrastinating a little bit.
What are you putting off?
I was supposed to rake the leaves today. I told myself all week I was gonna rake the leaves today, but then you did a call-in show, so now I can't even do that.
So it's my fault.
Yeah, absolutely, it's your fault.
I'm stopping
Plus
you
it-
from raking the leaves right now.
Yeah. Plus, it's raining, so it's
God's fault.
It's not too bad, the rain, but after this call, I might go do a little bit of raking.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, fucking right, dude. Just
I've been
go
doing-
all week.
Yeah.
What is the breaking point? If you're going all week thinking I'm gonna do this one thing, like what actually makes you break and start doing it?
I'm like slipping on the leaves.
Oh, it
trying
becomes
to walk to the car. Because last year, my neighbor and I just procrastinated forever until all the leaves were off the tree, and then it took us like an hour or two to get most of the leaves, and we filled up like 7 bins.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So that was too much. You're not gonna do that this year?
Right. We got to stagger it. We got to do some leaves now, do some leaves later, so that it's not such a big job.
What made that happen like that last year?
Procrastination.
Oh, I see. So what
know,
what
yeah.
could possibly change that this year?
I'm a year older, and I'm smarter. And doing that last year has really made me not want to do it again this year.
Really?
Yeah, because they start like rotting the leaves, and it kind of smells bad. And it just it's like overwhelming at that point. It's almost overwhelming now, but I just want to fill at least 1 bin and just make it look a little nicer before we get in trouble.
With like the
property management.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we live in a trailer park.
I remember from your last call.
Yeah. I've been doing laundry.
That's good.
Listening to the stream, doing 2 loads of laundry. Like I live in this tiny ass room, and I've got just like dirty laundry all over the ground. I can hardly walk in here. I'm like stepping on top of my clothes and stuff. So I finally went and got some quarters, and I'm doing laundry in the laundry room.
How far do you have to walk to do your laundry?
About 10 seconds.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's right
It's
across
not too
the
bad.
street. No, it's not too bad. Almost.
But you got to
it's
get
at the
quarters. How many quarters?
edge. So it's like $1 to do to wash them, and then around $1 to dry them.
Around?
It depends on which machine you use. They've got 4 washing machines and then 3 dryers, and 2 of the washing machines are $1, and the other 2 are $1.50.
Oh.
And then the dryers are, one of them it's like 3/4 to get the clothes dry, and then the other one is $1.25, and they're not even dry.
The more expensive ones don't work?
No.
But
So
you're
I always try to get the better one, but there's only one of them, and somebody else is always doing laundry in it. But right before I called, I was able to get in on that and put my laundry in there.
Raking leaves, that's a weird one though, because who cares? On one hand, who cares?
Well, it's just, it looks nice, like the autumn colorful leaves everywhere. You're, on one hand, but on the other hand, they get slippery when you're trying to walk to your car. And I don't know, it's just, eventually they just rot, and they kind of smell bad a little bit.
But that's just part of nature. That's like the natural cycle.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's just a cultural thing, you know. You rake up the leaves when there's too many leaves on the ground, you know, make it look nice. Everybody else is doing it, so I suppose I should do it as well.
Is it affecting other people? Like the smell, I guess?
No, I guess it doesn't smell too bad. That's just eventually the rot might get to that point, but I don't let it. But there's a lot of leaves. They're like as large as your head, these leaves. And
whoa.
Yeah, these are big leaves.
It's just weird. I mean, like, I know in the suburbs, it's like homeowners will cut down trees in their yard because they don't want to rake up the leaves.
Yeah.
So it's like we're getting
weird.
rid of trees so we don't have to rake up leaves. We also don't have to rake up leaves. Am I going too far? Did I take it too far?
I think you're going a little too far. I mean, I've heard I've heard people, you know, have that sentiment, you know, it's like just leave the leaves on the ground.
That's literally in their name. Just leave them there.
Oh, that's right. I mean, hey, if I hadn't like my own property, I probably would just leave them. But, you know, it's like, people will say it's good for the grass or something. I don't know.
Who cares about the grass, dude?
What?
Who cares about the grass?
No, to leave them is good for the grass.
But who cares about the grass? The property manager, dude.
Yes, exactly. And they
this is like a top down. Yeah, this is like corruption from the top down.
I don't know what to say. I'm just.
What would happen if you didn't rake up your leaves ever in your current situation? Would you get like a knock on the door? Would you get a letter in the mail?
I very well could. Another guy will probably. They'll probably hire somebody to do it. But then that's like
will they charge you?
I don't think so. Maybe.
Did. I mean, yeah. Maybe this is just the procrastinator in me saying this, but maybe you should figure out, you know, what the end goal, what the end result of this is going to be.
I don't know. It's for me myself. It looks messy with all the leaves on the ground.
For you.
For me, I would like to clean them up and make the place look a little sharper.
So that you don't seem like the dregs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like there's some lazy asshole living over there, and he won't even rake up his leaves.
Exactly, and I pruned the grapevine today as well.
Okay.
So I need to pick up all the rotten grapes off the ground before I step in them again. But it's raining. I'm having a couple beers, some whiskey, and I might just not do that today.
Dude, hell yeah, dude.
Do that next week.
Crack open another cold one.
Yeah, absolutely. Room temperature one.
They're not in the fridge?
I think I put one in the fridge.
Did you procrastinate putting your beers in the fridge? Oh, man.
Absolutely.
All right, this sounds like a deeper problem then.
I think I'm really bad.
I wanted to be on your side.
Yeah, the worst thing that I've procrastinated on, I think, is I'll try to keep it short. I know I like to ramble on my stories, but I was on my parents' insurance. I got kicked off of it like a year or two ago.
Health insurance?
But health insurance. But I've had psoriasis. Do you know what plaque psoriasis is?
Some sort of topical skin problem.
It's like flakes of dry skin grow in patches on your body, and they fall off, and it just makes a mess, and it's itchy and it hurts.
Yeah.
So I've had that for like 7 years ish. 6-7 years, and it wasn't as bad at the beginning, but it slowly got worse and worse. And I used my parents' health insurance to try to go to the doctor and get it fixed, but it helps for a little bit, but then it just came back worse, and then I just stopped taking the medicine because I moved.
Was it like a cream or an ointment, or was it a pill?
Both. Yeah. But then it got so bad that I finally, like, I lived for years just with these huge, like, it covered most of my body. It was like patches larger than my hand on my thighs. It was on my dick, on my ass, and on my face. And I just procrastinated just because I just felt like I'm just going to live with it. And it was terrible. Mm. And finally, last year, I bought my own health insurance, and I got on, and I went to the doctor, and he saw like one patch. He didn't actually know how bad it was. He gave me some ointments that didn't work, and then I went to an actual dermatologist and prescribed me some injections.
Oh.
And so every 8 weeks, they send me an injection, and I give it to myself.
Ooh.
And it started working within the first month I was taking them, and it's all gone. And I can't believe it's like life-changing. You know, it's like my house doesn't look like it's snowed in here anymore, because it was just disgusting, like breathing in that shit.
Ugh.
So it worked. It worked. It's a godsend. The doctor said I should continue doing it every 8 weeks for the next year, and then the scars should go away.
Oh, wow.
And, but like, I couldn't believe I waited that long just to do something so simple. But you gotta get the health insurance, because without it, the injections would be $2,000 each.
Good God.
But I'm paying like $5.
Wow. So you can overcome procrastination.
Yes, absolutely. And how I did that was I quit smoking weed all the time.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
Like, I was smoking so much, I was like coughing up black tar from my lungs every day.
Yeah. Weed is the great procrastination drug.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to do anything when you're high on the green weed. You just want to watch YouTube and stuff.
Absolutely. I do that now, but I just watch YouTube now, but I am able to do a little bit more. Retain a little bit more knowledge from work. I can get better at it. So yeah.
All right, well, David, it's great talking to you, dude.
Thank you. I wanted to say I listened to your call in on Pony's podcast talking about jerking off while driving.
That wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. That wasn't me. I don't think
I just want to say, whoever that was, you know, it's like I can relate. It's you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah. That's, I mean, that's fine, but that wasn't me. I'm pretty sure whoever that was didn't say their name on the podcast or whatever it was, whatever it is that you're talking about. And so I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, I think you're right. You know, I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right. It was good talking to you, dude.
It's good talking to you, too. Have a good day, man.
All right.
God bless you.
God bless. Bye. Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what he's talking about, dude. I was never on no I don't know what that was. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know what that was. But Dave, long-time caller, multiple-time caller. All right, we're going to take another break here. Probably do one more section of calls here before the end. I mean, my soup here is getting, you know, it's sort of, I got to focus on the soup now pretty soon. But I will do one more little section of calls. Again, we're playing music from the stream. It's from Qarlo. If you're enjoying the music from the stream, go to the description of this video and you'll find a link to their Bandcamp. This album in particular, it's like a whole bunch of tracks, like 50 or 60 tracks, finished and unfinished works. And yeah, it's pay what you want, so you can pay nothing, I guess. But you know, you probably pay a little bit. If you want. If you're interested, just do it. Just do it. Okay. Okay, we are back. This is the call-in show about procrastination. We were gonna do this yesterday, but some things came up. Had to delay this to today. That's fine. You can call in now. The number is 518-288-7938. We're talking about things that you're procrastinating right now, tips and tricks you might have to avoid procrastination or to indulge it. I don't know if we need tips about that. We're all pretty well-seasoned procrastinators, really. Like, I don't need anybody to tell me how to do it. I'm great at doing it. I love doing it. Who's this?
Charles.
Charles.
To accept, press 1.
Charles?
Hello?
Hey, what's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, we're talking procrastination today.
Yeah, man. I'm a long-time watcher. Been watching you since, like, high school.
Oh, whoa.
I love your stuff.
What are you now? Are you?
I'm 20. I graduated, like, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, procrastination is very, very topical for me right now. I just started college.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's a lot of procrastination going on there.
You managing it? You able to get it done, or is it getting the best of you?
It's it seems to be getting the best of me just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
We have this ACA class. It's for freshmen that tells you all the in and outs of college, like transferring and all that. Because I'm going to a community college, I'm going to transfer to university.
What does ACA stand for?
Oh, I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Probably some college readiness thing. I really don't know. But it's a good class. It tells you all about just getting ready for everything, and it talks a lot about procrastination and how to deal with it.
Is it working?
Not really, no. No, well, I think
What do
a
they
lot
tell
of
you?
Procrastination comes from, like, just not wanting to do shit, you know?
Yeah. Like not wanting to do what in particular? Like the work that you don't want to do already?
It's I mean, I feel like I should care about it because, I mean, I care about graduating and getting a good GPA, you know? I want my shit to be high.
Yeah.
So I should care, but I just end up not caring.
What do you do instead?
It's kind of weird. Normally I go up into the library to work, but I'll just end up sitting on my phone. And I'll be thinking about, hey, I should be doing this, but I'm not doing it.
Just browsing what? Social media?
Browsing. Yeah,
Twitter?
I kind of stay off social media, but TikTok really gets a hold of me really easily.
Oh, you're TikTok, dude.
But maybe a little bit, just a little bit. I really didn't want to do it at first because, like, I think it just rots your brain a little bit. It's just so much information so quickly. It's crazy. But, I mean, that's how it gets you. It's so much information so quickly.
TikTok seems like the evolution of social media, where it's just like you're just being bombarded with new exciting things every 12 seconds or something.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly what it is, and you can just keep scrolling for hours. I've never had any social media at all at any point in my life where I could just keep going for hours, because it's just the way the algorithm or whatever works. It just gives you what you want. It's crazy.
How if you had to think about it, what would you say is like the proportions there of like things that you watch on TikTok that like you're actually excited about? You'd be like, I never would have seen this otherwise, and this is really cool, versus like things that you're just kind of like watching and waiting to see if they're like that, and then you flip to the next thing.
There's quite a lot of the second one, but I can usually like tell if something's just trying to like get me to sit there and watch it, you know? I can kind of like it, like if it's not interesting within the first, maybe I'll give it a minute. If it is like kind of, if it has me on a hook there, I might give it like a minute, but it's just, you can curate it to be anything you want.
I'm not
normally
on... Oh yeah, sorry.
Normally what it gives you is what you want. You probably won't see too much of what you don't want. Even if you hit the, you can do not interested on certain things, but that doesn't really work. That probably just makes things pop up even more, just to have engagement.
Is it just based purely on like what you watch to completion?
I don't know. I feel like it's based on what you like, and definitely what you watch for extended periods of time. Like if you just scroll past something, it probably won't recommend you that kind of stuff as much. You know, it's got whatever it is, it works really well.
I've been fooled. You know, I'm not really on TikTok. I've downloaded it a couple times and then not ever committed to it. Instagram's doing the same thing with reels and stuff.
Yeah.
So it seems like that's where the social media stuff is headed. But it's weird. It's like
YouTube has the shorts.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're all getting towards that. You said that like you're looking at something that like if it hooks you immediately, that's what will get you to watch it for a minute. And then if after a minute it's not getting you anymore, then you'll get rid of it. But like, is that what it's about? It's like just is part of the enjoyment trying to figure out like whether you're gonna like something like right off the rip?
What part of the enjoyment of TikTok?
Yeah.
Part of the enjoyment of TikTok is just all the crazy shit you see on there. For me,
like what?
Because it's people from all across the world posting on TikTok, especially the Chinese. They're crazy on there. They're crazy.
What are they doing?
It's so alien. Like it's so hard to describe. You really have to see for yourself. It's one of these ones I've been seeing often lately is this guy. He's normally walking. It's like it's so fucking hard to describe. he's in like an AR environment, walking around, and there's these little 3D animations of like turtles and viruses walking around in the street, and maybe part of the road will disappear, and he'll kick the turtle into it, or a car will drive into the hole that has now appeared into the road, or something to that effect. There's always a car, a turtle, or maybe a virus, and he usually kicks the turtle, or there might be... It's fucking insane.
Dude, I don't...
And the English is also always very bad, and that's kind of funny.
Dude, you're right, though. I can't... It sounds like you're talking about something that's so futuristic. It's like entertainment for aliens. I can't even...
Yeah. I think it just rots your brain. I think it's just like, this is probably... Like, this is making me stupid. Just being on TikTok. Even the good stuff, even the stuff that's helping me learn. Slightly.
Yeah,
like
there's a lot of... I mean, I know, like, my sister is big on, you know... They say, like with TikTok, it's like there's always, like, a noun or a verb, and then TikTok, like gardening TikTok, or like house cleaning TikTok. What are the X TikToks that you're on? It's like Chinese AR TikTok?
I hope not. I don't want to be there. That's against my will. It just throws stuff at you against your will, really. But you sit there and watch it because it's just so crazy.
What is TikTok? You know? What do you know you like on TikTok that isn't that?
I do like strange things. I do like watching strange things on TikTok because I mean it just mesmerizes me that it's even happening. Like people, specifically like people. It's amazing what kinds of people have access to the internet and they post on it and what they post on it.
What do you mean? Is it like schizo TikTok?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Maybe just like, I don't know, strange people TikTok. Because, like, we'll see a big fat guy, like a big bald fat guy in his room. The camera's all greasy. And he's, like, opening and closing his mouth to a song that he has playing. It's stuff like that really just intrigues me as to how it even exists. It's crazy to me.
So you're kind of like a TikTok anthropologist.
I guess so.
You're looking for
never want to study TikTok.
The weird, unseen TikToks.
Yeah, I do like those. Yeah, with like the hundreds or dozens of likes. Those are fun.
Dude, what could possibly convince you to get off that? I mean, it sounds great.
I don't know. I would probably just have to get so tired of seeing the normal stuff, because the stuff that has like hundreds of thousands to millions of likes it really is just like trash. It's so bad.
It's like YouTube.
Like people, yeah.
Like, isn't that sort of like the old version of YouTube was just like watching crazy people in their bedrooms, and now it's like all professional and shit?
Yeah, but now it's just, back then, I mean, I say back then, like I'm old enough to remember the super early days of YouTube. I probably remember up to, I don't know, like maybe 2010.
Yeah.
I was still kind of a baby, like a toddler or something. But those were really, I think, the best days, because they had like soul, you know?
Well, now it's like
everything on TikTok is just trash. Even on YouTube, it's just garbage. It's like you're wading through filth, looking for anything good at all. You want to find some good content.
Well, I could see that just being like, with YouTube now, like people who are getting on YouTube, they're seeing it as like a monetization platform, and so they're trying to make videos that are pleasing to mass audiences, but more than that, they're pleasing to advertisers.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I could see with TikTok, like, just being just normal, crazy people, just being like, here I go. I'm about to post some crazy shit to TikTok. It doesn't matter.
It does, yeah. It does have that same kind of energy a little bit. That's why I kind of try to go for the unseen stuff when I do use TikTok, because, I mean, it kind of, some of it embodies that, you know?
Yeah. All right, hey, dude, thanks for calling in, dude.
Yeah, I'll try to, I might call up more. It's fun.
All Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Good to hear from you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Tick-tock, tick-tock. Gotta get back on there, dude. I want to see some of this crazy shit. I don't know if it's my fault, but whenever I go on TikTok, all I see is 12-year-olds. 12-year-old girls dancing. Is that my fault? Hello?
Hey, what's up, the Minute Hour?
What's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I just got off work. I figured I'd shoot you a call real quick, see if I could get on.
Oh, dude, you're working.
I was. You always tend to do these streams while I'm at work, so, yeah.
This is Saturday. It's a different day. You work all the time.
Well, definitely the weekends, for sure.
Oh.
But yeah.
Well, so we're talking about...
You're doing these on Sunday for a while there, and it was pretty easy to get some free time.
I know. I can't settle on a day yet.
No,
What's the best day for you?
Fair. Annie, I'll just call you at work, low-key. I just like bitching.
All right, cool. We're talking about procrastination today.
Perfect. This is a great topic for me. I'm a master procrastinator.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Every damn day. I'm always putting things off. Shit, I'm supposed to be going getting dinner, but I don't want to go, so putting it off.
You're putting off dinner, dude?
Oh, yeah, I am.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I'll never put off food.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. The company involved, kind of influences it, I feel.
You going with some people you don't know, or what?
No, it's my family.
Yeah, nice.
But, yeah.
So, what are the things you procrastinate normally? Like, what are you putting off?
Oh, I don't know. All of my hobbies, pretty much. Any work I take home with me, like my taxes. I do everything last minute. I feel like being all stressed out and doing everything like last minute, like helps me do a better job because it gets me in the zone. But that's probably just an excuse to put shit off as long as I can.
I don't know. There might be something to that.
Yeah, I know. I've always done my best work when it's like super last minute, and anything that I like take my sweet time and come back to time and again. By the time I'm done with it, it's trash. I hate it. Got it.
Sometimes, I mean, people need deadlines sometimes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, certainly helps, But I feel like, a sprint is more efficient than. No, this sounds stupid. Never mind. I'm going to take the statement back before I make it.
No, I was liking that. I liked where that was going.
Oh, yeah. I thrive under pressure, so I like procrastinating.
What is it about that? Like, is it being under pressure that gets you in the mindset that's just like needed to do the work, or is it like you're actually going to do better work if you're under pressure?
I think being under pressure, like getting just a little bit stressed out over something, will give me a more positive flow. You know what I mean? There's no like you put all the procrastination at the start, and then when you're on like real grind time, you get down and you get it done, and you don't stop till it's done. And I feel like that makes a better product or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, something about not having the option to do it later is like, if I was going to work on something a month before it's due, I could work on it and be like, yeah, this is all right, but like it's not really what I want, but I'll be able to make it better later. Whereas like when you're 12 hours before the deadline, then you're like, well, I don't have a choice anymore. I need to make it as good as it's going to be right now, or else I'm screwed.
Yeah, exactly. And I love that pressure. I'm addicted to it. I love it.
What do you do? I mean, like, is that okay? Is that fine then? I mean, do you have problems with procrastination? Like, is it a problem in your life, or is it just a way that you do things?
I think it's just the way I live. I don't know. I mean, sometimes it gives me problems, but like, what are you gonna do? Fuck it, I'm gonna procrastinate anyway. I'll worry about that later.
Wait, can you think of a time where like you procrastinated something for too long and then you didn't give yourself enough time to finish it, and then you got fucked?
My senior project in high school, I put off until like the day before a presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a rough one to get through. But you know what? I got graded pretty fucking high on that shit, and that was like just last minute bullshit. Like, I don't know.
What was your project?
I don't know. It worked out. What's up?
What was your project?
Oh, it was just some stupid like it had to deal with like growing grass in a particular way, like certain comparing fertilizers pretty much is what it was. It's really boring and stupid, but yeah.
Did you just like let it all fall down to your natural charisma?
Oh yeah, pretty much every time. That's my fallback every time for sure. Yeah.
Do you wonder like with other people like if they don't have that to fall back on, like what they do?
Well, I would assume they either fail or they just shouldn't procrastinate, you know?
Oh, so procrastination is like, you know, you can do it if you know how to talk.
Right. If you can get away with procrastinating, you procrastinate as much as your heart's content, you know? But yeah, if you can't handle the pressure when it comes up, then don't let yourself get put under that pressure, you know? I don't know.
There is something there though. Like you know, just feeling like I don't know, like all the people I've ever talked to in college when I was in college or, you know, people who are in college now, it's like I hear that word a lot, bullshit. Like I've bullshitted this essay, I bullshit this project, like all this sort of things. Like that is a skill that a lot of people have, but not everybody has. But is that what's more useful? Like being able to bullshit or being able to actually like engage and learn something?
Oh yeah, I don't know. I guess it kind of boils down to your personality. You know, you got to do what works best for you. You know,
if you can bullshit, it's like you don't even have to learn how to do things.
I mean, yeah, if you get good enough at bullshitting, you can bullshit anything. Yeah, for sure.
Like if you had to just in your mind think about the world, like. What do you think? Like, do you think most people are bullshitting, or most people are actually like know what they're talking about?
I think we're all bullshitting pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
We just like to you know let people think whatever they're gonna think, but hopefully they don't realize that they're getting bullshit as hard as they actually are. But I feel like everybody's bullshitting somebody to a certain extent, you know. Like, because otherwise you'd just be driven crazy. I mean, you'd have to be like mad, schedule oriented, and like plot like every moment of your day to like make things work out. I don't know. It doesn't seem feasible to me.
Yeah, I mean, like, how many people are actually doing that?
Probably someone like 7. I'm gonna go with 7.
Even in the professional world, I mean, like, if that's like the skills that's like seems like the skill that people are learning in college is like how to more efficiently bullshit. And it's like, then you graduate college, and you're like, all right, I did it. Like, I graduated college and never had to learn anything. I just had to figure out how to very efficiently bullshit people about things. So, like, that's got to be the professional world too, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just keep on bullshitting, you know? Eventually, I feel like eventually you bullshit hard enough, you're either like way out of your scope and it's obvious you're bullshitting, or you've gotten to the point where you just think you're bullshitting, but you're not actually bullshitting anymore and you're actually good at what you do.
Oh yeah, that could happen. You've bullshitted for so long that like you start to believe your own bullshit, and you're actually you're even right.
Yeah, like fake it till you make it. You know, that's a saying, and I feel like there's actually a lot of truth to that.
Is that what you're doing?
Oh yeah, every day.
Oh,
like,
dude.
I'm bullshitting you right now.
I know. I'm bullshitting everyone by doing this show. Every day is just full of bullshit. It's not like I researched the topic beforehand and I learned things. I'm just talking about random shit that I think about at the exact moment.
Right, but it works though. I don't know. I always tune in, so you must be doing something right.
All right. Well, goddamn. I guess I'll never learn.
Yeah.
Hey,
keep
thanks.
on bullshitting the minute hour.
Yeah, thanks for calling in, dude.
Oh yeah, anytime. You have a good one.
You too. Dude, I've been confused about this for a while. The bullshit. Is everyone bullshitting? Does anybody know what they're talking about? Somebody must. Or is everybody, are the people who are at the top just like the best bullshitters ever? It's really hard to figure out. Especially because I don't know anything.
From
Marco.
Hello?
Whoa, hello?
Hello?
Hello, is this minute hour?
Yes. Who's this?
Wow. I got the call.
Yeah, you're in, dude.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome. I'm watching the show right now, and I was trying to call, and I got in.
Yeah, dude. How many times did you call?
Oh, this is my fourth time.
Oh,
Got
yeah.
lucky today.
Not bad. Not bad. So, hey, we're talking about procrastination today.
That's right. It's like it's really hard to do things, sometimes.
Do things?
But yeah, but I mean, you have to do the stuff because if you don't do it, nobody will do it, and then it's like mopping the floor and stuff like that. There's a time where feel goes too much, and it's like I have to do it.
What is it that puts it over the edge for you, where like it's something you're putting off for a while, long time, every day, and then what is it that like you finally reach the day that's like, all right, I have to do it now?
I think that my desk. Sometimes cleaning the desk is I don't know. You drop things like money, then cigars and stuff. And there's a moment that I can even use the keyboard, and the mouse, and it's like, okay, this has to be done.
Do you clean the keyboard? Like, do you get in there and get the gunk out, like the hairs and the food, or what do you mean?
Yeah, I mean the desk, not the keyboard itself, but the desk is filled with pencils, stuff, and you don't have no space to move.
So what makes you think that like I actually have to do this now? Because it's getting worse and worse. What's the breaking point?
The breaking point, I think, is where when I can't move the mouse. Then that's now you move the mouse and you see everything pushing, and it's like, okay, now this has to be done right now.
And what do you do? Do you put on some music? Do you get in the zone, or do you just get right into it?
If I have time, I put music, open a beer, and take it slowly.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes, you have to finish work or school things, so you just grab some things and you put it in another place. But yeah, that doesn't resolve the problem.
And it feels good when you're done, right?
Yeah, it really feels good. I mean, when you get everything done, you see the desk, it's like, okay, I'm going to try to keep it as clean as I can for as much as I can. But that usually works like maybe 4 or 5 days, and after that it's like, okay, have to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, isn't part of it like you get a better feeling of cleaning a really dirty desk than you do of keeping your desk clean?
Yeah, I think it's more rewarding because you see all the stuff you left there over the week, and when you clean everything, it's like, wow, it's better. There's so much space.
Right, it's like a big difference.
Yeah, it's nice to have the feeling.
Dude, where are you from?
I'm from Mexico.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I don't know how much this will be. Maybe my very expensive call.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you for too long.
Yeah, don't worry. Just wanna try my luck, and I got lucky. That's awesome.
Well, is there anything? What other things do you do that you're procrastinating? You know, the dirty desk is a classic one. But what about your own personal work? Like, are there things that you want to do but you aren't doing until they are necessary?
I think laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have I can keep everything like getting piled up, but it's until I have no clean boxers that I go like, okay, now I have to do it.
Oh yeah, when you've reached the point where even your most precious bits are gonna be smelly.
Yeah, that's right. I actually have like this system. I have 5 pair of boxers that when I reach to them, it's like, okay, I have 5 days left before I actually have no clean clothes. So that's like a 5-day warning.
That's pretty good. Do you have to leave your apartment to clean your clothes?
No, actually, I have here a washing machine in my house.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's easy. But having everything so like quick, having access to cleaning the stuff makes it even harder because you say like, okay, tomorrow I'll do it. I just have to go downstairs and put the clothes, and then okay, tomorrow I'll do it, and tomorrow, and then like, okay, now I have no clothes left.
Mm-hmm. You start wearing blankets.
Yeah, that's right. Or going commando.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you seem like you've got a pretty good system there, then.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it works, so that's good enough for me.
All right, well, hey, man, thank you for calling in.
No, it's lucky. Thank you. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Bye-bye.
Thanks, bye.
It's as easy as that. It's as simple as that, people. You only need 5 pairs of boxers. You gotta force yourself into these situations. It's like, you get institutions like college and work forcing you to do these things by the deadline. If they're not gonna do it, you gotta force it for yourself. You know? Who's this? Hello?
Hello?
Yo, what's up?
Oh, hey.
How's it going?
This is Shoop.
Yo, what's up, Shoop?
Yeah, so I procrastinate all the time. I procrastinated today, pretty much every day, and I suffer for it. But I do have an anecdote of a time that it actually worked in my favor, so maybe I'll just talk about that.
Okay.
So I had this project in college. I was a computer science student, and I had this course in compiler construction where, like, throughout the quarter, we had all these projects that amounted, like, when combined, they created something that would take in code written by a human and turn it into something a computer could understand. And for one of the projects, we had to write a type checker, which basically just took in a bunch of code and then said, yes, these types are valid, or no, they're not. And I waited till the last day to even start doing it. And I was like, there's no fucking way I can actually get this done in one day. But ultimately, the program just has to return true or false. So, like, if I guess the right one and return it every time, I'll get at least 50%. And so I reasoned that, and also the assignment was all tested by programs. They would just like give you a series of test inputs, and then if it had the right output, it would pass. Like there wasn't actually a human looking at the code you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
So I just reasoned that there would probably be more tests for false positives. So I had it return false every time, and I got like 60%, which I think actually beat the median grade on that assignment. So
you beat
not
the
doing
assignment.
The work. Yeah. By not doing the work, I ended up probably getting a better score than I would have gotten if I did try to do the work.
You were like gaming the meta.
Sort of. I mean, I kind of lost for it because I didn't learn as much in the process, but it worked out for me.
Do you think there's something to that of like in the procrastinator's mindset of being like, if I can figure this out in the 12 hours the day before this is due, like, does that make you feel extra smart? Like if
yeah,
everyone
I would
else
feel
was,
accomplished if I had actually done it.
but if everyone else was given months to do something and you could figure it out in 12 hours?
Yeah, I don't think I could have though. But also, like, if I had actually tried to start doing it, I might have been like too proud to give up and then do what I actually did and tried to like turn in my actual attempt instead and then done worse.
But you maybe would have learned more?
I don't know. There was so little time left that I don't know if I even could have. I did end up doing like the rest of the assignments in the class because that was the only one you could really bullshit to pass.
So what do you, if you could do it again, would you do it differently?
I wish I could say I would, but I procrastinate all the time, and I would probably do the same thing again.
So what were you doing all that time? Was it better what you were doing instead of the project?
No, probably not. I mean, a lot of time I procrastinate because I'm like, I have anxiety about the thing I'm supposed to be doing. And so, like, instead of doing the thing, I just sit there in fear of doing it and then don't do it.
Yeah. But in the long run, you don't feel like that's helping you towards your goal? What is your goal? Was your goal in your goal is your goal in this sense like just to complete the class or?
Yeah, I guess the goal would be to not stress out about projects by waiting till the last minute to do them.
Yeah.
But I usually do wait till the last minute. But that was a long time ago. I'm out of college now.
Well, then what about in your personal life now? Are there things that you apply that same thought pattern to, like put it off because you know that you can finish it quickly at some other point?
Yeah, I pretty much still do that.
Is there any fix? Is there a fix? Is that just the way people are, or is that just the way you are? I mean, like, is there a way to do that better? Like,
I think you just have to habituate it. Like, I procrastinate at like going to the gym, for instance. There was a time like a year ago when I was going 4 times a week, and now it's like 1 time every 4 weeks. But like you get in the habit of doing something, and then it just becomes routine. But if something comes up and you get distracted for too long, you have to get that routine back, and that can take a long time, or it does for me anyway.
Is that what you feel is helpful? Is like being in the routine?
Yeah, if you can just like, I think the hardest part is starting, but once you can get a rhythm going, like if you can allocate, like as soon as an assignment is given to you, if you could just allocate time every day to work on it, then you would have stuff done and then not be stressing out about it at the last minute.
Yeah, do you feel like the stress of putting something off, like, does that contribute to putting it off further?
Oh, absolutely. Like right now, I was laid off from my job a couple of months ago, and I'm trying to find a new one, and the stress of the unemployment is really getting to me, but also the stress of applying to jobs is really immense, and so that puts me off from doing it.
Yeah, I mean, definitely with being unemployed and trying to find a job, that's a tough stress to overcome because you could be doing a bunch of work for nothing.
Yep.
What's if you had to give our listeners some sort of advice with this in particular, what would you say? Like, I mean, how do you tell someone like, you could be doing a bunch of work and have it lead to nothing, and that's worth it in the end because at some point it's going to be worth something. I mean, like, how do you do it?
I don't know if it is worth it. It can be a crapshoot because like you can apply to a million places and not get a job. And
you could not even get a response.
Yeah, some people will tell you that you're like building experience and you're better at interviewing or whatever, but I mean, there's also, I don't know, depending on the mental health of the person involved, like mine isn't very good. It takes a huge toll on it.
Yeah.
Like just the constant rejection or being completely ignored. And when you invest so much into like an interview process, like you go through multiple stages only to be turned down at the last minute. It's like, yeah, you could have gotten this awesome job that you've dedicated like all these weeks and hours of studying into and racked your nerves on, but we're not going to give it to you.
Yeah.
And so like you might just end up feeling worse than you started off.
Right. It's like the opposite feeling of like a lot of what we've been talking about with people who procrastinate. It's like once you end up doing the thing that you've been putting off, you get this great feeling of like, I did it finally. It's different with applying for jobs because, like you said, like you could put all that work in and get nothing back.
Yeah.
But how do you deal with that? I guess it's just kind of got to move on, or.
It's a tough one. You have to kind of find a balance because if you don't do anything, you won't get hired, and if you do too much, you'll get burnt out. So you have to just, I guess like I was saying before, make a routine, like allocate a certain amount of time, but make sure you give yourself enough room to breathe.
So you kind of got to separate yourself from it to some extent, like try to make it routine so that you can go through the motions and have them not be like, you know, like these emotional steps, which is kind of things, buttons you're pressing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hey.
Thing about.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
Probably finishing up.
But
I was gonna say, like, if you get laid off and you're in the position I am, like, it's what kind of compounds the situation is that, like, your health care is taken away from you. So.
Right.
Now, like, getting the medication to help you deal with that stress is harder.
Yeah, definitely. But that's probably a bit of a motivator also, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, I haven't had health care in a long time. I've just been trying to, you know, praise the Lord that I haven't had a reason to go to the hospital anytime in the past 6 years.
Dang. Have you, like, do you, like, avoid doing things that you might injure yourself in because you don't have health insurance?
Maybe to some extent, but yeah, I mean, I don't know what those sorts of things would be really. Like, what do you mean, like rock climbing?
Yeah, or just like getting on a skateboard, or
oh yeah,
I don't know, I'm doing any random thing.
Yeah, take it nice and easy. Hey man, thanks for calling in.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, have a good one, dude.
You too.
Okay, we're going to call it for today. This was the procrastination stream. Thanks to everyone who's calling in. All the music from this stream was coming from Qarlo. If you're enjoying that music, you can look in the description of this video and get a link to his Bandcamp. The link's right to the album that all these songs I've been playing are from. It's a Pay What You Want album, so if you enjoy it, I encourage you to pay what you want, so that guy can get a little bit of dollars. As always, the call-in show is sponsored by Chunk, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. It's a project that I've been working on for the past year here. If you subscribe with money, you can pay $10 a month and get a new piece of physical media in the mail every month. Comics, zines, CDs, and more. But also, if you want, you can just click on the link in the description of this video, chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. Put your email in the top box there. It says subscribe. You can just put your email in there, and you'll be getting emails about Chunk stuff as it comes out. The $10 a month option is for people in the U.S. only right now. But if you put your email in there, you'll get an email when a new chunk is available and can be bought internationally. That's the case with all the chunks that come out. Yeah. So check out Chunk. chunkmonthly.gumroad.com. Thanks for listening to the call-in show. I'm going to play just a couple more songs here. Like 3 or 4 minutes of songs. And then we will be done for the night. Thanks to everyone who's calling in. Hope you get your projects done. My project right now is just a soup. So I started the soup before the stream even started, and I'm going to be eating it as soon as it's done. So, maybe think about that. Maybe work on a soup. If your projects are a little too daunting, you could just start making soup like me. All right. Have a good Saturday. And we'll be back in a week or so. All right. Bye.